They've come from all parts of our country, all with the same goal: to represent Canada on the world stage, the Olympic stage. Many have tried, many have failed. A select few have found success. 8 men's teams begin this week on equal terms. 8 teams who think they are better than the rest. 8 teams who believe they will be in Sochi. By next Sunday, 8 will be 1. Who will be that 1? The Roar of the Rings. Next. We're at the beautiful MTS Center here in Winnipeg. The NHL Jets are on the road for 6 games. Right now they're 2-1. They'll play the Rangers in New York tomorrow. As we welcome you inside, and the men, the Field of 8, take the ice for the very first time here at the Roar of the Rings. Kevin Martin knows what it's like to be an Olympian. The gold medal winner, of course, from Vancouver. He also has a silver medal from Salt Lake and the 4 sheets in play. As on this Sunday night, we say hello, Canada, and welcome to our first day coverage from here in Winnipeg. Linda Russ alongside. This is a wonderful field. Some saying it is the deepest, most experienced field of any competition to step on the ice. Let's take a look at some of the names. My goodness, we just start with Kevin Martin and on to Howard and Stouton and Cooey, and it just goes on and on till you get down to Brad Jacobs, who is the reigning Canadian champion. So you play an 8-game round robin, 7 games. It means, Linda, that some very good teams by the end of round robin could have some very bad results, something that they're not used to.
We talk about experience. In this field, there are 20 Brier champions and 16 world champions. So Russ and I can't say, well, experience is going to be the factor. They're all experienced. That does mean at the end of the week, somebody's going to be saying, what happened to our week? Why are we in the stands not sliding down that ice? You know,
it's interesting. There's somebody like Kevin Martin, Russ, who says by Tuesday night, after just 4 draws, he could be out of it.
Oh, I believe it for sure. I think more like 3, Vic. You lose your first 3, you're probably on the outside looking in. And when you think about it, there's no page system here. So 5-2 or better is really what you're shooting for to be safe. 5-2, you lose tonight. Now you have to go 5-1 against the stellar field. It's an uphill battle.
So it's our first look at the men. We got our first look at the women this afternoon in Draw 1. And let's show you what turned out to be just a terrible day for the reigning Canadian women's champion, Rachel Homan of Ottawa. She went against Val Sweeting of Edmonton.
Yeah, definitely an upset for sure. Val played really well in Kitchener and continued that play, but Rachel, she kept missing with her last shot. When you're the skip, that's not a good move. They were really beaten badly in that game. They're going to have to bounce back.
So she loses one to Val Sweeting, and people say, keep your eye on Val Sweeting. Very good brushing front end. Sherry Madaw from Coldwater, Ontario, opens with a win against Saskatchewan Stephanie Lawton 5-3. Another game, Rennie Sonnenberg. She qualified just 2 weeks ago against Heather Nedohin, 2-time Canadian champion.
And Renee Sonnenberg has that momentum still. And also the other ingredients I like here. She's great at ice reading, managing her team, and has the soft shot. Makes this tap back in 10 for the win. Look out for Renee.
So isn't it interesting? The 2 last qualifiers, Sweeting and Sonnenberg, both come up with wins in Draw 1. Also winning the team that many people think will win it all by the next Saturday, and that, of course, Jennifer Jones. She scores 6 in 6 to win 10-2 over Chelsea Carey in an all-Winnipeg battle. So there are your 4 winners. If there is a surprise in Draw 1, it has to be Homan, reigning Canadian champion. Heather Nedohin losing. She won the championship in 2012. The crowd is very much alive tonight. Men's play, we have 2 Winnipeg teams on the ice, including Jeff Stouton, who lost, of course, a trials final back in 2005. He goes against Brad Jacobs when we come back to Winnipeg.
Playing Jeff is going to be awesome. He's a hometown favorite. He's really a legend of the game. It's a Brier rematch, so hopefully it's going to be a great battle back and forth.
Brad's team's had a great year this year, winning a spot through the pre-trials, so we know we're going to have to be good right from the first rock, and there's no revenge factor or anything like that. We just want to beat them and move on to the next game.
This week's curling is going to be the best curling that anyone's ever seen, ever.
The 2013 Tim Hortons Roar of the Rings is brought to you by Tim Hortons. Always fresh, always great tasting coffee. The 2013 Tim Hortons Roar of the Rings is brought to you by M&M Meat Shops. Frozen food at its best. By Capital One, what's in your wallet? And by Ford, proud partner of the Canadian Curling Association for 20 years.
Jeff Stouton against Brad Jacobs, the reigning Canadian champion, against the team from the Charles Wooden Winnipeg. Time to meet the teams now. Brought to you by Ford, proud partners with the Canadian Curling Association for 20 years. They curl out of the Sioux Curlers Association in Sault Ste. Marie. Jacobs along with Ryan Harnden, E.J. Harnden, and Ryan Fry. The Stoughton team with Mark Nichols, the gold medal winner, with Brad Gouju back in 2006. Reed Carruthers, John Meade, and their skip, 50-year-old Jeff Stouton. Brad Jacobs won the draw to the button, and so he will have the last rock playing the Yellowstones. Stoughton playing the yellow. Jacobs, of course, coming through that road to the Roar in Kitchener, picking up the win. And we saw earlier today the two teams that were the last qualifiers win on the women's side. Does it mean anything to Jacobs coming into this one?
Well, I think there is that little bit of momentum we talked about. They played with the Stones fairly recently, and for Brad it's interesting because there was a little bit of desperation and maybe too much emotion in part of that road to the Roar, but the fact they played very well in the final, came through, and now they're here, I think that will make a difference.
Yeah, he knows. He said it earlier in a clip that this will be the best curling you ever see, and he wants to be part of it, and he didn't like the fact he was in Kitchener. It's just the way it worked out, and he snuck his way through there, barely getting past Gouju in a well-curled game. And now it's put the pedal to the metal here and see who's the best team in the country.
So to get us underway, the Stoughton lead is Mark Nichols.
One of the hard things about this strategy this week is we expect these teams to have that little bit of worry about losing games, and sometimes that means they go to more conservative play. Now we're looking at two teams that are very strong hitting teams anyways, and we'll be talking about that more in a moment. But I'll just be interested to see overall in all the games if there's a little bit of that pullback because of that worry about losing.
I think hit the nail on the head. In all four sheets, the opening stone, the team without hammers thrown it in the rings, and you don't always see that in a men's game. The ice is so good thanks to Hans Wutrick and his great team here. It's just perfectly level. The speed's good. The curl only came out about 4 or 5 inches. It got a little bit straighter as the game went along. But all four teams cautious here. You can see it, and that's how important this event is.
Well, so that leads you. Well, I'll let you talk about the game plan first, and I have a question for you.
Okay, so for Brad Jacobs, a very strong hitting team. I think they're going to look for hits and rolls to try and get the offense going. I expect Jeff to be a little conservative to start and definitely push with John Meade as third for those draw shots.
The game plan is brought to you by World Financial Group, helping families have better financial futures. Okay, so caution. This is not what we expected. And I'm wondering if in doing this, this takes them out of their familiarity, their comfort zone when playing.
For Jacobs?
Well, for both teams. Well, Jacobs in particular because he's got the hammer, right?
I think, yes, it probably does, because I would say more times than not, probably in the 75% range, they would be aggressive in the first end when they do have hammer, but they can do it in the second. There's no problem. Jacobs has got the luxury of hammer. This can go like this for 10 ends as far as he's concerned. I think you're going to see Jeff the one short second end. You always had a little extra adrenaline, a little bit of, like you say, you know, you just aren't sure how you're going to throw that first one and how the pebble is if you got the rocks figured out. I don't think it's a bad idea.
So not quite what we're used to here up and down the sheet. And for Jeff Stouton, well, you know, he admits, Kathy Gauthier, this is his last kick at the age of 50.
Well, it is, and you know, it is that emotion. Tonight, this building is just alive. You can feel it down here at ice level, Vic. And, you know, Rob Meekin, their coach, feels that because these guys are veterans and they've been doing this for so long, you can get tired. And they are counting on the crowd being that fifth man that's going to take them through. Jeff talked about his first Canadian experience at the Worlds representing Canada, and he said that it took him about 5 ends to get the adrenaline back to where he feels that it needs to be. This is an advantage for his team. But this is not the kind of style that he was expecting in this first end.
I tell you what has been noticeable since we watched practice. Practice began on Friday, and then they practiced Saturday as well. Russ, there is little or no humor between the curlers. The interaction between the curlers is very, very limited.
You notice that right off the bat, and I agree with you. It's you could cut the tension with a knife. Not that they're rude or anything, but they used to walk by and kid each other, or some type of crazy joke to get under each other's skin, or at least guys always do. But you don't see any of that. It's business. 4 guys, away they go to the hotel, eat, sleep, curl.
And there's definitely nothing wrong with that. But what's going to be interesting is someone like a Jeff Stouton, who is saying this is his last chance. Sometimes that desperation, that worry about outcome, being there at the end of the week, winning this event takes you out of what you do well. And in Jeff Stouton's case, that's make shot after shot. You have to get into the right mindset this week of just performing great shots and not be worrying about your last chance to go to an Olympics.
I mean, it's even harder, I think, for a Stoughton, because he's been listening to that for at least 3 years, because it's right in his hometown.
So, with only 8 teams, no buys, everybody plays. Just to give you an idea, Martin and McEwen on sheet A, they're wide open as well. Their game is really a mirror to ours. In the middle, it is Kevin Cooey against John Epping, and Glenn Howard is opening against John Morris. Howard and Cooey have the hammers in their respective games. Here in this beautiful building that seats 15,000 for Jets games, and I would estimate it's not much shy of a full house. It's probably maybe around 13,500 for this first men's draw on a Sunday night, the Roar of the Rings.
I finish hard, yeah.
Lower bowl is all but full, and the upper deck is also, except for the corners. It's a homecoming for a number of players. Ryan Fry, for example, Winnipeg born, and he comes back to Winnipeg. David Nedwin, who is playing with Kevin Martin, also Winnipeg born, and makes a return.
What's up, man? Slow slide with a drag.
One of the things they are doing in this opening game is looking at the ice. A little bit of an unusual day for the men with the opening ceremony this morning and then a women's draw in the afternoon. So there is that time. And you're trying to think about whether the ice will be changing any more this evening. The one thing we've talked about many times with Jeff Stouton and John Mead is how similar their deliveries are and how that gives Jeff a great chance to read the ice with his third, and that's something that will be very important throughout the week.
Yeah, we said it when Johnny showed up on the team again. They went right off, won the Brier, won the Worlds, and made it look easy that year, and it is exactly that reason. You can get the broom in the right spot. You can be the world's best putter if you can't read the greens right. It's the same here. So it really helped Jeff with John's delivery.
So is Jeff Stouton, as he makes his way down to throw his first skip stone, is he happy with this end?
Well, I don't think he's upset. He's such a veteran. One end's not going to end the week, and nothing. There's not going to be any spilt milk here either. It's going to be a blank end or possibly a force to one. So it's not a problem. But he will throw a guard end number 2. These teams won't wait much longer.
Yeah, it was a long time between those championships.
Clean. Clean it, yep. Clean. Go, Jeff. Good.
A little less than yours? It's probably.
I would say so.
Yeah.
They both finished a bit. Yours finished a little bit better, but I thought you'd mind.
It was.
The weight that it was. Yeah.
We talk about difference makers, and one of the things for Brad Jacobs is the brushing. This team is very fit, very strong, and great brushing by the front end.
You think back to the World Championship, and you know, Jacobs, that pressure of wearing the maple leaf, he hiccuped his way to finally getting through and then losing to Nicolas Adine in the gold medal game. But he found out about the pressure of wearing
Can you see this?
Team Canada's uniform there.
The rest of the world's really coming along here, and it's not as simple as it used to be.
When you think of whatever team comes out of this faces at an Olympics, and the focus and the resources being thrown at teams around the world to be their very best, it is not going to be easy.
Not at all.
Clean it. Jeff. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Clean it. Just clean. Just clean. Clean. Go, Jeff. Good. Wow. Good aim, guys. Not much curl.
So up and down the sheet, and now looking for the blank with his final stone. Brad Jacobs.
Ooh, she's warm out here, buddy.
Interesting. We'll have to keep our eye on the ice and the head ice maker, Hans Vutrick. You heard it's warm out here with a building as full as it is. And there it is. A blank will go on the board in this opening end. Our first draw of men's play, the Roar of the Rings in Winnipeg. Hans Vutrick from Gimli, Manitoba is the head ice technician, and he will be also making the ice in Sochi. One of the very best, always keeping his eye on the computer readings. You can tell him exactly what the temperature is in different spots on the ice. And Kathy Gocha, I think I heard one of the players say, "You're hot," or something to that.
No, that's what you heard.
Is that what I heard?
You know what? For Hans and Eric, they were really concerned the last draw. It was really warm under the clock on sheets B and C, and they had to bring in cold air. That's something they do not like to do during the course of a game because it straightens out the ice, and you did see a little bit of that straightening on the last draw. Between games, they brought in a lot of cold air. Their hope is that during this draw, they can release it or, in fact, warm up the ice a little bit, have it more consistent and finish, but this crowd is huge.
It is, and it is a difference from the last time we were here, and that was the Tim Hortons Brier in 2008, won by Kevin Martin. When the Jets came back, the ice plant was upgraded, the ventilation system was upgraded to become variable, so he'll have that opportunity, Russ, to play a little bit more.
He's one of the best for sure. Hans learned off of the great Shorty Jenkins, and there were no better, in my opinion, than Shorty. He was a revolutionizing guru at the time, and this ice usually draw one if there's going to be any problems, and there were a few problems, but the curlers didn't. Nobody complained about it. Even the teams that lost didn't complain about it. That's a good sign.
Yep. Hold on.
So it was this end, Brad Jacobs making the move. First rock in, corner guard, center guard played by Jeff Stouton, and now the freeze attempt. Pretty typical start to an end when the guards are played.
And because of that blank in the first, team of Brad Jacobs from Sault Ste. Marie once again does have the last rock. They have the Hammer playing the Redstones.
That's the shot that's just so overlooked, I find, in the top level game. And getting that next rock frozen. It's not perfect, but it's such a usable rock. How does Jeff Stoughton get that red one out right now? Not that he wants to, but at some point in time, you'll see the Jacobs team make a move on that red one.
That's a guard. Guard, man. Really high. As far as you can go then, guys. Come on, get it over.
Yeah, they're working just to get it over the hog line.
Come on, Johnny, you got it.
Get it over, boys. Get it over. Get over. Get it over. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
And they just do pull it over for others.
Did you get it, John?
No, I started sweeping.
Okay.
No offense to Jonathan Mead, but you'd have trouble hogging one with Mark Nichols brushing for you. He
no, not that one.
Johnny was telling me that they work out together, the two of them, and a lot of the hockey players for the Jets are in the same gym. And most of them can't keep up to the routine that Mark's doing. It's unbelievable.
You like Peel?
We like to think our curlers are trendsetters and
Peel, not you.
set the pace. That's actually happened in a few Olympics. We had some players who had moves named after them because their personal trainers found something that would really benefit curling and kind of made a change to the workout. So we've had some very impressive curlers over the years.
E.J. Harden.
Yes!
Run it back.
Yep. Beauty.
He'll spill the Stouton stone and leave the shot rock behind that long cover. Remembering now, Jacobs does have last rock. The first update, Kevin Cooey against John Epping. Cooey and his team from the Glencoe Club in Calgary. Cooey, the 2010 Canadian and world champion. John Epping.
No.
Former Canadian mixed champion. Won the Players' Championship a couple of years back. Shot stone is that yellow stone you see just at the back of the button as we watch Reed Carruthers with his second. Carter Rycroft, Nolan Thiessen on the brush. Oh, he tried the quiet tap to possibly get two, but it is just a single for Cooey. It was there, just couldn't move it enough.
Good. Good sweep.
I think we got to go there, eh?
The guard is very long, and we're seeing quite good curl in that rock that was just played, over curled and is in the open. So definitely you could move yellow onto red at any time. So Brad Jacobs has to think about angles now.
Top teams hit so well, and with these blue hone insert rocks, with any speed at all, they virtually don't curve. You can put the berm right where you want to hit the rock. These setup shots are so key, and we saw that earlier with our EJ made that freeze, and then when he ran in the run back, he managed to leave his rock buried, and now there's a nice opportunity for Jacobs.
No, might stop. I don't know.
I don't want to bounce that yellow.
Okay. Man,
Well, this may surprise some people, as John Morris, who is now skipping the team of Jim Cotter out of Vernon and Kelowna, steals two against Glenn Howard out of Penetanguishene.
At the beginning of the game, when you're drawing from mid 8 foot in or playing a tap even, you're getting a little bit straighter patch of ice, and that caught Glenn Howard in trying to tap back a stone. It just never came in.
Yeah, this did not curl.
All right, go back to what Kathy said. Do you think, in fact, this, because of what they're having to do here, because of the crowd, is the ice straightening out a little bit?
I just think we saw it also in the earlier draw, just the beginning of the game until they start to break down the pebble.
Yeah, bumper up there.
Yeah. Hey. Oh, don't we want to hit and roll and be line two?
Is that?
Want to do that?
Yeah.
I think you need to do that, eh? I think so, yeah.
It's not all about making the yellow double. You could throw Peel weight, hit a quarter rock, make the yellow double, but then you lose the rock that Ryan's throwing, and that doesn't do them any good at all when they want some points. Try to hang around with this.
Just control.
Ryan Fry, as we play third stones here in the second.
Yes. Whoa, yes. Whoa.
Roll or no?
Never.
No roll?
Yeah.
No.
Sit.
And it may have just spilled into that hole, but they are sitting two. Jacobs with last rock.
They're more worried about the angle. The further it rolled, the farther back in the rings it went, and hitting the open one, then you can go over and punch the other one and sit behind cover.
Boy, they're almost flat. Can he jump this across here?
Boy, I don't know. He's got to throw this awfully hard. And these are the ones you kick yourself because you try to make the double. You hit it a half an inch thin, you roll underneath, and it gives Brad Jacobs a chance to get that other one. You have to hang around here for Johnny.
John Mead. Carruthers Nichols haven't touched it, and it'll slide underneath.
Hey, John. Sorry, guys.
Wanted to miss it the other way.
Hey, John. Sorry, boys. Just a little positive.
Meaning?
That release was a little outside.
Sorry, Jeff. Just that much positive on you.
Yeah, just a millimeter, eh?
Yeah, no, I was sharp.
I don't know if here's any good.
I don't mind this.
This?
Yeah.
Hack?
Yeah, hack. Can you hair more?
Whoa, guys, whoa.
Hack.
Whoa, yep,
Yep.
whoa, yep.
Yes.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hack.
Clean.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Hack.
Clean,
Yep.
clean, clean. Whoa, whoa,
Yes.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Shot. Good shot, guy.
Nice quiet way, just enough to get the job done to push it out the back to sit two.
Well, that's the thing. Ryan Fry can play up weight so beautifully, but this is a great example. The beautiful hit and roll on the first one, and then a nice quiet tap on the second. Didn't have to play big weight on either.
Ryan played for Brad Gushu, who was more one-dimensional, and he seems to have really improved in those soft shots. And, we know he can hit. He's a legendary hitter with any speed, but that was a great weight control shot there that he made perfectly. That's pretty well buried, too. It's not going to be simple to roll farther inside.
Whoa, no, weight's good.
Bumper up. Clean it. Bumper
Yep.
up. Whoa, whoa. Close, yep.
Whoa. Shot, Jeff. Shot, Jeff.
So Jeff Stouton hangs it on the edge of the 12-foot.
This is where you make the decision. If you hit Jeff's, you might or might not be in the rings, and you're a long way away from the button. So this late in the end, they're just going to ignore it, draw for two. Stoughton only has one more opportunity to stop the two-ender, and if you exchange rocks, it's two for Jacobs.
Could you be more aggressive, though?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Could you just go to that other side where there's something to hide behind?
Well, I think that's what they're going to do, Beck. I think they're going to go right around with that in-turn and draw behind the long guard.
Okay.
And it tempts Jeff to play the run back. If you ever miss it, give up three. That's a good call.
They're not going to bring it very deep either. They're not hoping not to leave the run back or a good hit and roll for Jeff Stoughton. Just get it into a spot where they're sitting two.
A little bit of room.
Just line. To do anything. Right off. Just line.
Line's perfect.
Okay, we're T-line.
Line's perfect. T-line's too deep.
Well, we're there at least.
I don't think you can wish it away, though, Ryan.
Just stay with it.
It's going to be deeper than you wanted.
Higher the better.
Parmesan cheese and oil, maybe. Slow it down a little.
The Ron Burgundy treatment.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
That's a good judgment, though, isn't it? Eh? And he said T-line and ends up, 5-6 inches light of that. That was well judged. Good spot.
1480. Decent speed.
Just down to it, Mark.
Okay.
Just down to read.
Trying to limit the damage.
good?
These are tricky, though.
Yeah,
You're looking at two
I got
buried
1480
stones, and the other guy still has one to come. So this has to be a very good draw to get out of trouble.
Final stone for Jeff Stoughton here in the second. Trying to come down on the corner, is he, Russ?
Yeah, it is.
Room right now,
Linda
guys.
said it right. This is so easy to give up 3-under here. 1 foot heavy, and it's going to be a wide open hit.
T-line.
Mark Nichols, Reed Carruthers have backed off.
Top four.
It's too late.
Top four.
They're thinking about going around it, but now they're hoping it's just going to slow down.
Right to it.
No.
Can't afford to rub and roll off, but look at it carve in there.
They actually lost it, I think, but they're
Nice.
extremely happy that it slowed down. They were yelling heavy.
Shot. Real good shot.
They could have just one
Took
more
longer
lick
to
and
get
they
there
would
than
have been shot
Brad. I
rock.
don't know if you, I
Yeah,
think
it
it's just
might
a
have
little
been
fuller,
a
eh?
little wide, yeah.
Good shot. Nervous shot, though, for most of the ride down.
Beautiful shot.
First shot? Yeah. Same weight?
Yeah.
talked about things that you look back on at the end of the week. It is these open draws. Now, it's the 4-foot you have to hit for these quality players. That's something they have to do time and time again if they expect to be there at the end of the week.
It's like you're drawing the button weight.
Sitting one. You heard them refer to the draw to the button, which determines the last rock, the hammer, in that first end of play, and it was won, of course, by Brad Jacob. Needs a healthy part of the 4-foot.
Hey, weight's great.
Great shot, Brad.
And they'll get on the board first. The reigning Canadian champions out of Sault Ste. Marie. Brad Jacobs scores a couple. Yes, it is the home of the Winnipeg Jets, but on the road for 6 games. The MTS Center in Winnipeg, the roar of the rings. Brad Jacobs gets 2 in the second, and so here in the third for the first time in the game, it will be Jeff Stouton of the Charleswood Curling Club here in Winnipeg that has the last rock. He has the hammer playing the Yellowstones.
John, switch it up a bit, guys.
I can't hear a word you're saying, Jeff.
Okay.
You got to be louder.
Okay.
It's another thing you learn a lot on your first day. You see a lot of people do the visual survey. What does the ice look like? What do the colors look like? How do I judge distances on the sheet of ice? But it's also a building that's hard to hear. Even if it's not the fans cheering, it's a big building and the voices just echo.
Yeah, you get a double made, and you're sweeping halfway down. There's a double made on the other sheet, and the place goes crazy, and then all of a sudden there's no communication at all.
Go on, do.
Weight's good.
Clean. Nice and tight, boys.
It is nice and tight.
Clean. Yep. Whoa.
So much.
Nice and tight.
There. It is.
Over curling a bit, maybe.
There. It's probably
I don't want
close
to.
in.
Yeah, I can't sweep it. It's in.
It's in.
Yep. Fully in then. Fully in.
Okay.
Jeez.
Well, this is a surprise score, 2-0. John Morris steals 2 in the first. He's got more pressure on Glenn Howard, Kathy.
He really does. You know, on the first shot, Glenn made a very soft shot to tap it back to lie second and third, but Jim Cotter put his stone in a perfect spot, no double, so this is a hit against 2 for the single.
Boy, never stop for Saville and Lang, and now it has to sit and watch it spin, and will spin too far. And it's a steal of 1. Morris goes up 3-0, so a struggling Glenn Howard, who lost, of course, the trials to Kevin Martin 4 years ago.
Hard. Whoa. Yep.
Hard.
Whoa.
Hard.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
For the angle.
Oh.
So 8 teams are here at the Roar of the Rings. How do they qualify? Well, you can win Bonspiels. The Canada Cup is a qualifier. You can build up points through a Bonspiel season, 1-year, 2-year combinations. And then there is the last chance qualifier. That was in Kitchener 2 weeks ago. John Morris and Brad Jacobs came out of that event. And that's why you have the best 8 in the country here. The deepest field, many believe, for any curling event ever, here at the Tim Hortons Roar of the Rings.
There's no way that Brad Jacobs can hold a 2-point lead for this whole game, but that last shot does show you how difficult it is to come back on a good hitting team, and why Brad Jacobs, if he gets a little bit of a lead, is very tough to catch. They can play those angles so well. You saw the big weight from EJ, and there go your guards.
I think EJ throws it a shade harder than just about anybody. And, you know, obviously you've got to control. That's no different than, you know, you're trying to hit a driver on a par 5 and you swing outside your comfort zone. But he makes a lot of those big weight doubles.
Could you have jammed that?
What?
Could you have jammed that?
Oh, yeah. I like the call, though.
I don't mind it either.
Yeah. I thought we were gold.
Reed Carruthers as we play second stones here in the third.
Just halfway. Halfway.
Yeah, it's close in. Sit down, baby. Should sit. Okay, Reed. Good.
Good read.
Good weight, Reed.
To cover the edge of the 8-foot.
Yep. Yep.
If they have the option, they'll go out turn. There's no question about it with this team.
Ryan Fry.
It is amazing, as I say, it's very early in this game, but a couple of ends like this can get very frustrating. And we already talked about the importance of the event. Look at the stands are full. All this pressure is felt by especially the Winnipeg teams. Ends where you're frustrated and not getting anything going, it really has a negative impact.
Yeah, the longer it stays 2-0, that 2 seems like 3 or 4 or 5.
That's
It's a big score, as you.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
right, even now, Jeff has to outscore Jacobs by 3 points in an 8-end game.
And you talk about the Winnipeg teams on the ice.
Yeah, so keep it in.
The crowd, like any home team, is taken out of it.
Yeah.
And they can't build off that momentum. They can't feed off that.
Control.
So a lot of people have been sitting on their hands so far when it comes to Stouton on one side and Mike McEwen on the other, who blanked the second end with Kevin
Nice
Martin.
control.
And
Clean
so they're
up.
playing the third, still looking for the first points there.
I guess he wants to go all the way over.
No, sit. Perfect.
They're arguing back and forth on the sweeping call. Ryan Fry wanted to roll right across the sheet to the right-hand half, so there's no double. And Brad Jacobs, the skipper, was trying to hold it straighter, so there was a tougher double. This double's quite makeable.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard.
Hard, Jeff. Hard, Jeff. Hard, Jeff.
Just like that.
Yeah, John Mead.
Good shot.
That was 2/3. A little better than that, eh?
Yeah.
Intern draw. Okay. Nice shot, John.
That was a very nice shot, but still a nice end for Brad Jacobs. Never in trouble. Gets a chance now to throw another
Try this
draw
side
and
just to get
continue to have the good feel on this
He's
ice.
good here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not far off. I'd say it's real close to normal. Ryan threw it nice here.
Yeah. Speed's fine.
Shouldn't have to do a whole lot.
Line's good. Right on the button. Got to curl a little bit. No, line's good.
Open house.
Line's good. Got to go.
Those are those shots in that out turns are nervous. Bluff. Yeah. Well, and then I hear Jeff say 2/3, so I can go and I hit 2/3, and I'm hearing him yell, go, I guess it's a little thinner than 2/3. Yeah. By 2/3 you mean half.
Ryan Fry and John Mead talking it up. You have to remember now that Fry did play at one time with Jeff Stouton back in 2007. Before going on to Newfoundland, Labrador and playing all those years with Brad Kuchu. And now in a second season in Sault Ste. Marie with Brad Jacobs.
Shot. It's a good recipe. You see it a lot where a young, talented player comes up and instead of trying to take on the world by himself, you play with a team like a Stouton and a Mead, and you learn from those greats, all that experience that's there, and you learn that much quicker. That the learning curve is accelerated. Then off to Gushu, who was young but had all kinds of experience. It's really helped Ryan Fry's game. I'm amazed at how fast he improved.
Hard. A little bit.
Two, I guess. Yeah.
We talk about the front end and the back end units, and I think we see some great examples in this field of units that work so well together. Jeff and John we've already talked about, but I think I've also been very impressed with the way that Ryan Fry and Brad Jacobs have come together and found the communication that works for them.
And that goes back again to what I think the Olympics has done to the competitive teams. You have to go out, you look, you scout, and in fact, you know, Brian Fry was interviewed for the spot, and
just clean,
got the job as the third, and they went on to win a Canadian championship. So that double by John Meade gets Stoughton out of some trouble. We'll blank the third. Stoughton will hold the last rock when we come back. Rachel Holman, get it by, angle it back, catch it, and spill it, and there you go. And run it back, and oh, she'll pop them both. Goodness.
Could not draw that up any better, Vic.
Maybe has to play the little bounce. Nope, it'll get by, right to the nose. There it is, to Ontario. They are the Canadian women's curling champions. Well, everyone says they can win Winnipeg, but she got off to a slow start today in losing to Val Sweeting, trying to bounce back. Renee Sonnenberg, her next point opponent from Grand Prairie. We'll begin our 3-draw days Monday morning at 9:30 a.m. That's our next game when we join you on Monday morning. We welcome you back to the MTS Center on this Sunday night. First look at the men. Brad Jacobs scored the deuce in 2. Stoughton gets his blank in 3. And so once again, it will be Jeff Stoughton that has the last rock. He has the hammer here in 4, playing the Yellowstones.
Mark Nickel, you know, as a 2006 third winning a gold medal, what a transition for him to play down at the lead position. Constant diet of draws, and he's really learned the position well.
Real nice.
He left a glueless right dead on so they can raise it a little easier. They don't want any angle.
Hard read. Come on, go. Good shot. Good throw.
And Linda points out, Russ, I used the royal we
Good throw.
for tomorrow morning at 9:30, but that'll be Kathy and Brian that are with you. The other we will be nicely in our beds.
Watching intently.
Yes.
Yep, for sure.
Of course.
Yeah.
Just waving royally at them.
Good. Yep. Gotta go.
Come on, Ryan.
Yep.
Whoa!
Heavy hack.
No!
Yep.
Hard! Right!
Very nice. Slide it by to sit 2, but without last rock.
Sweet.
Look at you, Kathy, working late before working early.
Yeah.
How nice is that?
You know, you're royal we. I'm going to send a royal corgi to come and get all of you.
Cooey and Epping as they play in the 3rd.
Well, there's been some really nice soft shots on this sheet showing both teams really comfortable with the ice, but it is 2 stones that belong to Epping that Kevin Cooey faces, needs to get full 8 foot for the point.
Yep. Same line.
The always quiet Kevin Cooey,
Yep.
who could make the loudest noise when it's all said and done. And he'll draw the back of the 4 for the single to take a 2-1 lead.
Probably have to overroll it a hair.
No, I don't think so.
You're gonna roll it probably to here.
That's fine.
That's okay. To miss this.
You can play it off.
Oh, you can play it off. Unless you just want to get rid of this back one. That's not.
Not really.
What?
Just control?
Yeah, take this back one.
Well, okay. I won't be cute with it.
You don't have to. Just...
So the problem is if they hit it so they miss the back one, the concern is where the 2 red stones are then left and what they do leave for Jeff Stouton. I'm not sure the 2 ends of the ice are on the same page about ticking that one out of the house. And that's getting the perfect roll, but that's what they're trying.
E.J. Harnden, his brother Ryan, and Ryan Fry pick him up.
Sit.
Good shot.
And it'll roll into that hole, sitting 2.
Pile of weight to try to roll and not get the back one and stay buried, but just the same, they're sitting 2.
Bump, guys.
Reed Carruthers.
Same weight?
Yep. Whoa.
Same weight, Jeff.
Whoa.
Yep. Let it rest.
Yep.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep.
Whoa.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Hard, guys. Hard.
It's good. Beauty.
Very nice. And it rolls over on top. It is the shot stone center line, top of the button.
Good. Great shot. Good. Shot. Back one out. You can play this.
John Morris stole 2 in the first and stole a single in the second, and now Glenn Howard trying to fight his way back. He is, lying the 1?
He is. That yellow stone that you see is Jim Cotter's first. Tried to play the freeze, didn't quite get there, but he did get second shot. Draw for 2.
Try to play the in-off, I think.
Kind of come off of it a little bit. It's the only way to get to the where he needs to be.
Looks good.
Clean, just clean.
What a nice pick by Ryan Fry. Now there is the in.
Oh, lovely shot.
Off and in. Oh, my. For 2. So whatever was bothering him in the first 2 ends, he seems to have figured out. Howard gets his deuce. Morris will have last rock up by 1.
Great shot. They got away with it.
I was surprised Johnny didn't guard that. He guarded a raise that could have been extremely dangerous for Glenn. He would have made a raise pick to get his 2. That I think, not that was an easy one by any means, but it's the type of shot he likes to play.
Right here. Line's good. Yep.
Line's good. A little bit of room, guys.
Whoa, whoa. Line's really good.
Mark.
Yep. I don't think we need to. Yep, come on, go, 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 go. Go, come on. Harder, 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 harder. Go, go, go. Keep
Boy,
going.
they worked hard in this game with the brushing.
Shot, Johnny.
I think the way it's going to be this week, because it's that late finish, we already know that we talk about break points on the ice and how important it is to brush break point in, and that's what they're trying to do to manage the curl.
Yeah, hard! Hard touch!
And it may have just spun back enough to catch the very edge.
Good throw, man. Real good. Miscalled it. That's okay.
Center line guard, though, remains out in front, the shooter.
Just not quite the right angle on the run back, and jam, and just, it appears, get a biter on the side. But lots of room now for Jeff Stouton. He's managed to get down to third stones on a way to get in behind his own corner guard.
Yeah, open the scoring area up completely.
John Mead.
Should we wait for the last? No, I had the same.
Top 8. Rope.
It'll come down a bit, Mark.
Yeah, I think.
Rope.
Wait. Line's pretty close, guys.
Rope, rope, rope,
Reed,
rope,
Reed,
rope.
Reed, Reed.
We can wait. We can wait.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Go, Reed.
Whoa, waste the curl.
Go, Reed.
Okay, now go. Let's go. Go, 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 go.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Come on, go, 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 go.
They're trying to wait as long as they can to brush it to get a maximum curl, but you can't wait too long, and the rock doesn't travel far enough, thus doesn't curl.
No, leave it dry. Just tack with that, I say.
Yep.
Well, the rock is about half
He gave you less
open.
ice, Brad.
That looks like quite a
He
bit.
gave you less by like this much than where you put it down.
Did you want more or less?
He gave you here.
Hack.
Okay.
and some
Good
focused
hack.
determination.
Is it ever?
Yep. Right off, right off, right off, right off, right off. Never. Clean. Never.
Brad Jacobs.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. 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 Whoa. Yep. Yep. Hard. Okay. Yep. 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 Shot.
Great
Nice.
weight, Brad.
Yeah.
Nice sign out of Brad Jacobs. Good speed control there, on, off, on, off. He's obviously on the broom. Great touch.
Was I a little wide?
No. Perfect.
Thought it was maybe a little wide.
Good throw. I thought it was
good weight.
So a chance for a skips deuce if you're Jeff Stouton. You have 2 ways to roll.
I'm prompt, guys.
Okay. Okay.
Good weight. Close.
Jeff Stouton in his first, trying to give the crowd something to cheer about.
Oh, it picked.
Are we tapping it in?
No, we're just going to roll for a nice guard. No, don't touch it, Reed.
There's no doubt at the end of the week,
Small
Vic,
one.
you can look back on that kind of thing, the bad luck that comes from a pick, and wonder if that's going to make the difference.
Guess we should have swept to try and roll it in. I
And
didn't
there you
know
can
what-
see
I was
whatever it caught
hoping it was going to go right
as
through
it
the
scratched the ice.
And they had to make their mind up once it picked. What do you do with that rock? And they could have, in hindsight, brushed it, rolled it over, and left an out-turn path. Right now, Jeff can get at the shot rock, but he's probably not going to be able to get at this one. Look at that.
And you
That is
see
quite the scratch.
I thought it was going to keep going.
Yeah, I must have lost it somewhere down there.
Yeah.
Well, that is the hard part. It looked like it dropped whatever was scratching it, and that's why you couldn't really decide what to do with it.
Line's a little tight.
Don't really want to.
Well then, no, line's good.
Yeah, we don't have to.
It's going to
All
be
at
pretty
the end,
tight.
Fry. We don't ever have
Okay,
to. All at the end.
Yeah,
Top
you got
button.
it. Yeah. Well,
Top button.
well, line's perfect now. Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
Top
yeah.
button right. Yep. Yep.
We're there. We're there.
Boy, taking advantage of that little scratch
Sorry, I didn't know if it was
to
going to take
sit
that hook.
3.
That hook hard. Yeah, just a hair tighter than the draw to the button.
Actually, too good. He over curled it a little bit. Great shot. But if it was ever in this position, you can see how much tougher it is for Jeff to get to the pin. Now he's got a little bit of room on the right-hand side of that button.
Okay.
I think the curl surprised them, and they actually were brushing to get it by, so maybe just picking up a little more curl as this game progresses.
It's sliding at the end, just so you know.
Okay.
So sitting the 2 for sure, and we're almost certain that is a biter on the side. That's the way they've been playing it. So they have to believe it's in as well. Facing 3 with his last. Here in 4.
Good.
Mark Nichols on the left. Reed Carruthers.
Where are you at? You're going to get it to this red one now. Yep. Yep.
John Meade calling line.
You're touching the red. You're touching the red.
Okay.
You're touching the red. You're touching the red.
And that will bring the crowd alive. Facing 3 with his last one. He draws the pin. A little pat on the back so Skipper will get him. 2-1 Jacobs. Well, with his first one, Jeff Stouton loses the stone on a scratch. Now he's facing 3, and it's a key shot.
And just to stay in the game, big key shot for sure. And you heard the wonderful communication. The front end said it had lots of weight, but Johnny's saying it's on the red one now. It's on the red one now. They knew they could brush it at that point. Once it had contact, they walked it right into the pin. Beautiful shot.
The score, the 1. A key shot indeed, and is brought to you by Sponge Towels, Paper Towels. Nothing absorbs light. On this Sunday night, day 1, Tim Hortons' Roar of the Rings. Brad Jacobs, the reigning Canadian men's champion, with a 2-1 lead as we go to 5. Here in the 5th, it will be the team from Sault Ste. Marie. Jacobs that has the last rock. They have the hammer, playing the Red Stones.
It has been Brad Jacobs, based on that pick last end as well, that has had really control of this game for 4 ends. So you don't want it to slip away at this point. Now a chance to try and set up another deuce. But that first one by Ryan Harnden is a little deep.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Just top 12, top 8.
Yep, yep. Yes,
Whoa,
keep
whoa,
going.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Good.
Good shot.
Scotiabank, Wednesday night hockey. This week, the Canadiens face off against the Devils in New Jersey. Coverage, it's underway 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific here on TSA.
I'd almost rather.
Wow. Well, I don't really like that.
You wick the front and roll in. That's an unreal shot.
Yeah, but
I'd love to call that.
I don't like that. Why? Yeah, I like that.
He'd love to make it.
Try to overbury it a bit.
Yeah, overbury the hair.
Same weight.
Yeah.
Line's fine, easy. Just for weight, clean.
Last is good.
Whoa, whoa.
Weight's to it.
Whole
Got a
line,
curl.
whole line, whole
Got
line.
a curl, guys.
Weight's good.
Yeah, it's bumpy.
What are you doing?
Curl hard.
Yep, yep, yep. Whoa.
It's getting over there.
Curl.
Shot, Ryan.
That's good.
Just tap it back.
Shot, right.
And shot making from the leads. They wanted that to curl maximum, so when
D-line.
the red-yellow
Back
combo is
forward.
made, they can get that yellow one past the red. It'll probably take the one at the back of the button out, but at least get rid of the enemy stone.
This is where these angles, understanding the angles and trying to set up the
Back
angles
forward,
better
T.
for your team comes into play.
Whoa.
Whoa.
These hips are so good at it.
T-line, get ready. Back forward. Whoa.
Just T-line.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's there.
Back forward. Yep. Hard. Hard.
Beauty.
Good shot, Reed.
Kevin Cooey with a 2-1 lead over John Epping, and Epping appears to be sitting 2 here. Final stone on the way for Epping, Kathy.
He's lying 1 actually, Vic. Kevin Cooey's final stone didn't come in enough, but it is Epping lying 1, trying to generate that second point you promised.
Okay, thank you very much for bailing me out. And how's
That's the
that?
3. What a feat.
Oh, goodness.
That's
Wow.
a great shot.
Isn't that really brilliant? 1, 2, and 3. Wow. John Epping.
Epping had to be down on the bottom of the list when you were picking the teams. And I've curled against John a lot. He can single-handedly beat a team with shots like that. You know, Scott Bailey's a great player, won a world championship with Wayne Madaw. We've got a really good field here.
Well, exactly. And I mean, the reason you wouldn't pick John Epping is because of the fact he hasn't won those national championships.
Yes.
You're right. He's on the tour all the time. He qualified through points. He's a former Players champion, having won a Tour Slam event. And with Bailey at third as a Brier winner, and Colin Mitchell, who played with Mike Harris, who won the silver medal in Nagano, he's got some depth there on that team.
Okay, good.
Good shot, Reed. Good sweep. 22.
That is the risk when you leave rocks in play. We were talking earlier about how some teams are leaning in this particular round, in particular to the conservative play, because there is risk to put rocks in play, knowing that these teams, these skips, can make the big shot. Brad Jacobs opening it up.
Tight-ish. A little tighter in half.
Good, John.
Jeff communicates very clearly, but they do have a different language on this team. Many teams use zones, for example, maybe more in the women's play where they indicate where a guard should land based on the 5-foot range of 1, 2, or 3 in front of the house. But for Jeff, it's tightish.
Out there now,
Takeout
guys.
weight is nice. Just a different language on this team.
It's tight.
Very casual as we go over to Glenn Howard, John Morris. Howard getting
tight.
2 after trailing 3-0. Kathy, is it 1 for Howard?
It is, and I'll tell you, Team Howard has had Morris-Cotter combo in all kinds of trouble this end. On John's first one, or rather Jimmy's first one, he made a good shot. It was open. That's the stone that Glenn came down to. So this is a shot for 1, but it's really tough.
So let's remember now, John Morris skips this team out of Vernon and Kelowna. Jim Cotter throws the 4th stones. Terrell Griffith, Rick Sawansky are on this brush. And needs a little bit of an inside roll. And he'll tap the red. Steal of 1 for Howard, and they're even at 3. So coming back from 3 down, they're even.
The shot that's being missed here right now is that one where it's just not quite curling. You even see John Morris go, it's not bad, it looks good, but it doesn't get that big bite, that big finish at the end, certainly that we saw at the pre-trials. And that shot was made with an inch less ice.
Also back to Vic's point about whether or not it is Hans Vucek having to manage the ice because of the full house. I think we'll see that more tomorrow as we know whether or not it's the crowd, whether it's this ice in particular, or just a peculiar fact that it's day 1, really. You said they've been playing on it a while, though. They played on it more than they have in many events.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're on it a lot. So, but I'm surprised it's not curling all that much. Cotter took about a little more than 3 feet of ice there and didn't quite bend enough.
I knew it was right there to my hand.
We're not sure about the stones either. They do get conditioned, and we're not sure when the last time was. If it was just pre-Kitchener, it could be that they're also a bit of a factor.
Tell you, there are a lot of towels out down at ice level, and I see players wiping themselves. The sweat is building up.
Yeah, it's a warm building.
No!
Curl hard. Curl hard.
Brian Fry.
Curl.
1, 2, 3, red. So they belong to Martin, leading 1-0, playing the 5th. Mike McEwen's last coming up, Kathy.
Well, finally they got some rocks in play. Kevin's final stone, he made a lovely hit and roll. It is the shot stone, and so it is the 4-foot that Mike McEwen needs.
So Mike McEwen, who's out of the Fort Rouge here in Winnipeg,
Mine's okay for team. Mine's fine. Mine's fine for team.
has been so good on the Bonspiel circuit. 3 times he lost the Manitoba final. Last year he lost the semifinal to Jeff Stouton, and there he draws the button. And for Mike McEwen, the question always is, when will you break through? Will it be this week here at the Roar of the Rings?
Easy, Mark.
Little less than you, John.
Okay, should be close. If anything, it's going to over curl.
No, I think it might need to curl, guys.
No, I don't think so.
Right now, Jeff Stoughton is down a point still on the scoreboard. You can feel a little momentum swing with that nice draw in the last end. And now they've played out this end very well with the good angle in the house and the series of guards.
Good.
Making it tough for Brad.
Sorry. Yeah, well, really goes at the end there.
Running it.
Yeah.
I think we could get everything moving. It's either that or we're coming down and we're just tapping. We're either running it into here, I think, and try to get everything going, or come down and tap.
I like the run, personally.
Well, if I just peel this off, it's going to be tough to score.
Well, you got this, and if we just go here and he makes the,
bad.
Playing the scoreboard. I like the run. You'll make the run.
Okay.
Just outside middle.
Good run.
What the thought process is here, if he runs this back and he hits it actually on this side, the yellow one will run into the red, but it'll actually start to move over this way somewhere. The red one's gone, and the thrown rock will go this way, and it'll open possibly up the entire 4-foot for his last one. You could hit it straight back and pick it out clean, but then you would probably see Jeff Stouton freeze to that one, and you'd be in the same measuring right now. He's going to try to get everything moving here. He hits it perfect.
Brad Jacobs, his first. Ryan Fry. Hasn't said a word yet, and he'll run it by.
They did say if I just peel it off, it's going to be the same situation faced again on the last one. Because of the ability to play the upright and then also the ability of the brushers to hold the line, I'm surprised how many times we see those missed on the wide side, that it never has a chance. The brushers can't hold it.
Same spot. Spot was good, Jeff?
Yeah.
You want this guard tight because you don't want to be able to allow Jacobs to come around and tap it for 2. But if you put it in the rings, there'll be a straight back yellow double for 2. So it has to be just short of the rings.
Right now, Stouton, without last rock, sitting the 1. Looking to steal his way into a tie midway through.
A little more room.
No, Mark. Off. All there. Probably in.
It's not good.
Trying to sit.
It's in.
It's in.
Stay with it. I don't think it's in, guys. It's really tight. Stay with it. Stay with it.
It's in.
No. Okay. Okay, Jeff.
It was like grinding in my hand. I had to give it a little oomph on the way back there.
3.
If that is a rough surface on that stone for any reason, I think he should ditch it.
Yes.
Don't want to be worrying about that.
What? I'm thinking the out turn.
Okay.
Just got to clean my rock better, I guess.
Yeah, you should do something.
Yeah.
Make it.
See the problem now. Not only is it a shorter double, but it's for 2 points if he makes this perfect.
Run it back and around the second shot.
Yeah, just hit half of the shot yellow. And this rock you see now will kick to the right of Ryan Fry, and the shot rock will go left of the red one. It's not the simplest shot in the world, but it is there. And if he makes it, he stays for 2.
Right now, it's a tie game. Final stone, Brad Jacobs. Here in 5 as Ryan Fry jumps back behind the stones to call the line. Nothing from the front end. Did it come up? Brought it up. Oh, and he got it. Oh. Run back, split it around, sit for 2. The Canadian champion, Brad Jacobs.
They were talking to it. It had to curl a little bit, and it did just that.
What a wonderful shot to complete 5 ends of play in our featured game. Brad Jacobs leads it 4-1 over Jeff Stouton. It's our first look at men's play here at the Tim Hortons Roar of the Rings. 8 of the best teams you'll see not only in our country, in the world, and they're all here in Winnipeg. What a wonderful last shot, Linda.
It is a beauty. You know, we see Brad Jacobs making a lot of these, but this is a key moment to try and get a deuce. Jeff Stouton leaves him a little opening with that rock coming in, but still it's a tough shot. Trying to curl a little bit more, just does for the deuce.
I don't think they thought it. They had it, but they'll get their deuce. They lead it 4-1. Brad is with Brian.
Brad, I know Jeff Stouton was really excited about playing in his hometown. You really took the crowd out of it, especially with that shot you just made.
Yeah, you know, that was definitely something that we had to do coming into this game, was try to take the crowd out of it and just keep it simple. So far, mission accomplished, but still a long way to go.
I know it's the first night, your first time on this ice. Where is your comfort level thus far?
I think still trying to get used to the ice. I think it's a little bit straighter than typical big events like this in the past. So, you know, it's a long week. It's a learning process. So hopefully each and every game we get a little better.
Final one for you. How big was that Brier win when it comes to confidence at a big event like this?
Yeah, you know, I think it was pretty huge for our team. You know, I think it really made us all feel like we belong out here with all these guys. So, you know, we're going to hopefully keep playing well, and we'll see what happens.
Thanks for your time.
Okay, thanks, Brian.
So a 4-1 lead on the board as we check the numbers after 5. Is it, the numbers reflect that?
Well, they do a little bit. It's a sort of conservative style tonight, so you would expect the hit game to be key. And if you look at the Jacobs team, 95% on their takeouts for an overall of 90%. I think that's why you see the 4-1 score.
The numbers after 5 are brought to you by Tim Hortons, Canada's favorite coffee. Brad Jacobs taking the crowd out of it so far here on this opening Sunday night.
The 2013 Tim Hortons Roar of the Rings is brought to you by World Financial Group, creating a better tomorrow for families today. WFG.
Well, it was one of the most anticipated and talked about visits. Ron Burgundy to the Roar of the Rings here in Winnipeg as he arrived earlier today, going through accreditation. Doesn't matter how big you are. He's an icon,
like
the anchor man. Right in the Tim Hortons mood with a crawler on the way to the ice.
That's a good crawler, by the way.
Have to clean the shoes before you go out, as he's welcomed by Keith McEwen, and then with some guidance from Glenn Howard. Got to toss a stone.
Look at this.
And his first ever stone made the 12-foot. Acknowledging the crowd and then coming to the booth to meet us. And look at, dressed in a kilt. Worked the telestrator. Not very well, but he did.
Yes.
And then after a couple of ends with us, it was a wave to the crowd. Ron Burgundy and his visit to Winnipeg was over. And it was a very special day as we welcome you back on this Sunday night. Our opening day coverage to Tim Hortons' Roar of the Rings, the Canadian curling trials. Brad Jacobs with that wonderful shot in 5 to score 2, leads 4-1, and so here in 6, it will be Jeff Stouton that has the last rock playing the Yellow Stones.
It's amazing how just a few inches different on a stone can make such a big difference in a game, but Jeff Stouton's rock going that far, meaning that the shooter, Brad's rock that was thrown last, would then be in the rings on a takeout. And there's the extra point on the board.
Yeah, it doesn't take much at this level. Now you're looking at one of maybe the best peeling teams ever, with a 3-point advantage late in the game. Even end here, you pick away, take 2, force, take 2, you're right back in it. You don't have to get them all back this end.
Yeah, but first of all, you've got to get those 2.
Yeah.
And as you point out,
I don't think so.
Putting up the guards now.
Yeah. You have to be so careful with E.J. Harnden in the hack to not set up an angle here, to set up a double on the 2 yellows.
Good weight.
It's just deep enough.
2 stones in the rings are in a pretty nice spot for Brad Jacobs, one in front of the other, not a stagger, and in front of the tee line.
Clean, yep. 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 Roll it, I think. Roll it. Okay.
Roll it to the other sheet.
Just bumper.
We've talked about EJ a lot because he was 3rd on this team when they were so successful at a Brier. And he made 2 changes. He moved to the 2nd position, and you can see how well he is playing that position with the upweight. And he also made a huge change in his delivery. He was quite angled sliding down the ice and made a big commitment. Funnily enough, he was at a camp, and Jeff Stouton was there helping, and Jeff Stouton said, it was near the beginning of the season 2 years ago, and Jeff said, I'll help you. And at Bonspiel, fairly soon after that, Jeff held the broom for him and gave him a little more guidance. Maybe you'd like to take that back.
Yeah,
I was going to say.
What was he thinking?
I'd run down and talk to him and said, you're not throwing it very well at all, actually.
Let me give you another tip.
Throw it over on the other sheet. It might help you.
Well, it just shows you what curling is like, though.
Yeah,
what
exactly.
a great thing for Jeff to do, and what a wonderful delivery and player now E.J. Harnden is.
Ryan Prime. You know, I think to myself here, Russ, how frustrating it is for Jeff Stouton. But if the score was reversed, oh boy, he would have done exactly the same thing, and it would be doing the same thing.
Oh, for sure.
But here's a chance.
No idea. Sorry. It's the same ice as the second end.
Well, you heard Brad say, if anything, ice is straighter than they're used to, and that was obviously straighter there. A complete whiff there that's really unusual for Ryan Fry. Nice chance for the deuce now.
Full mark. I think it's more than he's throwing.
Top 8, top 4.
I think it's more than
Good
that.
line. I know. Yep. Weight's good. Yep. T-line. Got room.
Weight's good, Jim.
Whoa. Read. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, guys. Come on. Go.
Stouton trying to take advantage here as he wraps one around and buries it behind his corner, right on the edge of the 8. Time for an update now as they play in the 5th. Cooey down by a couple to John Eppingham.
Well, and the big shot was John Epping's first. He hit and rolled out, and that allowed Kevin Cooey a chance to get the advantage in this end. Kevin is now drawing for 2, needs full 8 foot.
A wider line than the first.
Line's real good.
The Brier
Good
champion.
A little wider, though.
T-line.
World title winner
Right to
of
the T-line.
2010. Won that in Cortina d'Ampezzo.
Right on the T-line. Probably thin enough.
Easy.
Played in the trials of 05.
I don't like that. I hate that, but...
Boy, there it just does stop. He'll get his deuce. They go to the break in a 4-4 tie.
What if we just nose the one in the top?
He'll go around again, won't he?
What's that?
He'll go around again.
Is this any good?
Probably will. Then we'll have a run back.
Then if we miss that.
Or nose.
I like that.
I think you want to be here if you can.
Yeah.
The concern isn't the fact that they can't get at this rock. It's wide open, but how do they cut off the come-around attempt on the corner guard for the next throw for the Stoughton team? So a little roll is what they're looking for.
Yep. Hard. Roll it.
That's fine.
Back. Throw.
The score dictates this one. I think Jeff's going to have to group the 2 yellows together, but in behind the yellow corner, you'll see a run back by Jacobs possibly.
I'm not crazy about that.
I think we just draw again.
Or around this one.
You could hit the shot rock, but that would set up a double.
What do you guys like?
I like the draw. Go again. Just through it.
Yeah, we got to...
There is some room
Go
to
here,
hit
make
and
some
roll.
running,
The
right? I know. Then we might be
second
done.
redstone in the house is just in the 12-foot.
Go around his T-line?
Well, even if you make the shot, they make the run, you still go around his rock top 12.
Yeah,
Or
big
that.
deal.
Well,
I think that.
You guys like
that?
I don't mind it.
Okay.
Yep.
These are always scary because
Let's make a shot, boys.
Johnny wants to be perfect. He doesn't want to hit it dead on, set up a yellow double, so he's going to try to roll as far as he can to the right, and those are the ones that end up rolling out.
Bumper.
Okay.
But the good news, if he does roll out, he has a buried rock on the side of the 8-foot underneath cover, so they're going to try to roll as far as they can here.
They'll try and prevent the roll out. They do pull back the weight, playing bumper.
Close, slow.
Whoa.
Close.
Whoa. Yep.
John Meade.
Yep. Hard.
Whoa.
Yep. Whoa.
Plan B.
Now roll it underneath.
Keep going.
And it'll spin back and grab the edge of the 4. They're sitting the deuce at the moment with last rock here in 6.
Sorry, man. Wish we had
it's just a footprint. There's a million footprints out here.
Yeah, it caught something, not debris, but that went crazy.
They're saying footprints.
Guess I shouldn't have rolled it that far.
That could have been $100, Greg.
I guess I shouldn't have rolled it that far, eh?
You make it
I
both.
just thought if you put it behind,
What are
you
you
might
gonna
have
do?
the double. Yeah.
Thick, huh?
Okay, we've seen Stone catch something. The footprints would suggest the ice is maybe a little softer and maybe again related to the crowd and the heat.
Yeah, and what Hans said to us, we had a good long talk with Hans at the start of the week, and he was saying that he was really worried with the no dehumidification. They can't control it, so if the airflow is a little out of kilter, there'll be hot spots on the ice from some of the warm air circulating the building and running down, probably on an outside sheet too, and then that's when you do get footprints, when the ice gets a little greasy.
Brad Jacobs is first. And did he get enough? No, he'll spin it to the back of the 8-foot. So it's still set up here for Stouton to manage a couple.
Curl, Brad. Yeah. I thought that would curl.
If he catches this right in the pocket, do they both go?
All of my interns that I throw like that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he could have. Yes, for sure.
That's why Jeff was mad, because that surface area, when you group those rocks, man, it was pretty easy to try and make contact with both. He did, but not quite enough contact with the second one.
Jeff could just roll partly behind cover around that corner guard, as you see, or just get it over a little past Johnny's broom there. There might not be a double.
Paranoia.
Jeff is turning over the rock and cleaning it again. Sometimes in the hack area, because it's so much use in that area, the pebble does change and it feels like it's grabbing, but I don't blame Jeff after all these little mistakes that have happened and feeling something strange on
Yeah,
there.
well, remember now, not only did it catch something, Linda, he said earlier on a shot, it just felt gravelly or something. Something that
could be corn chaff too from his broom.
He does still throw with corn.
Go, 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 go.
Good job, Jeff. Good job, guys.
Very, very nice. Well brushed again.
Nice.
No choice but to go after the rock that is open. That lead on the scoreboard is part of the reason you do that, of course.
If you're 2 up here,
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
and you still have the lead and the last rock going to 7.
Right on!
Off, guys, don't.
Yep.
Clean.
Whoa,
Whoa.
whoa, whoa,
Yep.
whoa.
Clean. Clean.
Shot, Brad.
You know, it was very simple, I thought, that Kevin Cooey, when they asked him what is going to determine many of the games, and he said it's one big shot or one big miss. And when you look at certain ends, here is the situation where the miss by Ryan Fry, and they're able to capitalize on it and get their what looks to be a deuce here for Stout. Do you think, Linda, that's the way it's going to be this week?
Yeah, I do. We've seen picks. We hope it doesn't end on something like that. But I marked that down as an unforced error, that mistake. And those are the kinds of things you cannot do. They're going to be tough shots. You're not going to make all of those difficult shots. But that open hit or that open draw for a second point, you have to make those.
So final stone here in 6
Clean
and
it.
a chance for a
Yep.
couple.
Wait.
Jeff Stouton,
Whoa, then. Clean. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep.
Nichols, Carruthers,
Right to it.
John Meade calling line.
Yep.
Good. Good job. Job, boys.
Right to it for 2.
Shot, man.
The deuce.
The deuce it is for Stouton. Jacobs still has the lead. He'll also have the last rock when we come back.
The 2013 Tim Hortons Roar of the Rings is brought to you by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere. By M&M Meat Shops, frozen food at its best. And by Capital One, what's in your wallet?
The reigning Canadian champion, Brad Jacobs from Sault Ste. Marie against Jeff Stouton out of the Charleswood Curling Club here in Winnipeg. It's our featured game on this opening night. Draw 1, men's play, the Roar of the Rings. Stouton gets 2 in 6. Jacobs leads at 4-3, and once again Jacobs will have the last rock. He has the hammer playing the Redstones in 7.
Freeze, guys. Okay. That's just top 8, eh?
Great crowd on hand, and conservatively I'm thinking to myself it's probably in the 13-5 area. This building holding 15,000 for Jets hockey.
Wolf again.
No, then.
But it's the crowd has had its effect on the ice.
Still got a curl.
Small bounce. Moving it 2 inches.
Whoa, Reed. Whoa.
Real good. Okay.
Just needed a little more curl.
I think so.
It's good. Clean. Yep.
Oh. Algoma property.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
Appraisals.
Well, yep. Yes.
The Algoma region, of course. Sault Ste. Marie.
Hard right to it. Hard. Right up hard. Right up hard. Right up hard. Oh, DJ.
Go, Brad. Shot.
Almost half a freeze, eh?
We mentioned Kathy, you know, John Epping doesn't have that national championship on his resume, but he's giving the Canadian world champion Kevin Cooey a good go.
Well, he has, and he certainly has made some lovely, lovely shots. On his first one, he ran back a guard and picked out a Cooey stone that was shot. And lying to, Kevin Cooey tried to make the double, was not able to get quite to the other one, so this is a hit for 2.
And there they are. So John Epping, out of the Donalda Club in Toronto, takes a 6-4 lead.
Hard, John. Hard.
Good end. Great end.
Hard, 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 hard. Go, go, go. Right up, right up, right up, right up. Go, 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 go. Good shot.
This is definitely, based on the play now, a very critical end for the Stouton team. They're leaving the Redstones around, trying to make the key freeze.
Right. Like, you mean over the top?
No. Okay. I like that.
T-line.
Back 4.
Just T.
T. Speed's still the same, right?
Yeah.
T-line.
No, no, Ryan.
Where, guys? T.
No.
No.
DJ is with the Ontario Lottery Corporation, manager of their instant games.
This spot is not curling as much.
Yep, rolling away. Yep.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
A lot of undercurls on all the sheets.
Meaning what?
Well, just not curling quite as much as they normally would play on, possibly in a slam or in the certainly in
It's pretty thin, about a
pre-trials
quarter
or
for the double.
most of the Briars. I'd say have a little bit more curl in this. Not that it's bad ice. It's
right. Which Brad referred to in the interview.
Yes,
okay.
exactly.
Okay, so how do you adjust to that?
Okay.
Well, you just have to believe it, and it's just all these teams have learned to anticipate the curl, and here they're not quite getting that curl. So sometimes they're rushing a little bit early, halfway down, and it straightens out a little bit. They're close, but not quite close enough.
If your children go to school in the Louis Riel district, we just may have
All you got, Mark.
Reed Carruthers as a substitute teacher.
Hit it hard.
Okay. Shot, Reed.
Not bad.
It's not bad.
Bumps it a half inch more. Really.
I think it gets the red one out.
Can you hammer that double? Yeah, it just freezes. I don't know. I think everything goes.
Well, it might.
Does everything go though?
It's real thin.
Yeah. I know, but I don't want to
Trying
give
to
him
get rid
just
of 2 yellows by hitting the very outside piece of the first one.
Straight down here as soon as he can. This rock will go almost at 90 degrees, and both yellows should go out, probably losing the shot red.
Whoa, yep, whoa. Whoa, whoa.
Yellow just goes sideways.
PJ Harnden. And he will get rid of the backing. Still leaves Jacob sitting the 1 back of the 12-foot.
With that type of speed with these hitting striking bands, he can just about make anything go.
Yeah.
You can see the weight and the rotation. You
How's
get
the
the
weight on my
spin. That
first
second one is easily going to leave the house. It's a huge weapon to have.
Real close. Little firm. Whoa, then. Whoa,
Clean
yep.
up, yep.
Hard. Hard.
And did they hold it for him to hit enough? And no, he'll spill out the back. So now that opening for Jacobs. Ooh. That surprise you?
No, not at all.
Really?
It's the seventh end. He'd rather take the score at 8.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if things work out, the way they can peel, you never know if they can actually keep it clean longer. The longer they can keep it clean and hold the hammer, the better.
Okay, that just seemed too natural to go around. And
yeah, you go too deep, Vic, and they Stoughton freezes to it. You can't blank, and you might score only the single. Take your chances in the even and the 8th end with hammer.
don't forget that John also throws with that corn broom.
Real
So
tight, guys.
it's not just Jeff.
They don't use them obviously to brush
No.
with, but you can get a little
there,
chaff or a little, just a little chunks of the corn coming off, and
Nice throw.
I think that might have been what caused the first problem with the Jeffs, the one he threw the guard a little heavy where he felt something. The second one they thought was a footprint.
Brian's business is accurate general contracting, and what was that one? On a line.
Where you put it? Right here. Okay.
You know, it's funny when we were talking with Ron Burgundy earlier today, and he was asking about who are these people out here playing, and I said, well, you know, there's contractors and there's a beer store manager, and yeah, there's a chiropractor. And he goes, what, just everyday people? And I said, yeah. And he was quite impressed, because in this day and age of professional athletes, we forget about those who compete at this level.
And it's a huge commitment, time and money to try and be your best. And so they have to work, and then they have to get a job in which, Vic, you can get some time off, and that combination is tough to find.
Jeff Stoughton with Air Canada.
Look at some of the other professional programs around the world, the Scotlands and the Swedens and the Switzerlands, Japan, China. It's almost like the pros against the Joes here now. And we have the depth, but it's so tough, as you just mentioned, Vic, to commit as much as some of these other teams are doing around the world.
Brad is with RBC.
I don't think it matters.
I always get a chance to talk some NASCAR when I see
A lot of footprints, eh?
Jeff. He's a big fan, attends some races. Not surprised that
Kind of weight, Jeff.
he's a big Jeff Gordon fan.
Just a little harder. Nice weight, guys.
Thought Jeff might have a chance this year at a title, but didn't. Jimmy Johnson winning a 6th, and there are those footprints that the curlers are talking about.
Clean it. Yep.
Right to it, right to it.
Yep. All right, guys.
Stoughton in his last.
Good shot.
We talk about the footprints, but you think of two things that happen with these players. First of all, they have very warm feet. The exertion out there, they get very warm. And secondly, the pressure they apply to the ice. That's why you get a lot of marks.
So looking for the blank. Deciding not to go around that short center guard. And it will be a blank here in 7. And so Brad Jacobs will continue to lead it. And he'll take that last rock on to 8. Tonight's game is a rematch of last year's Brier final. one in which the underdogs completed a remarkable playoff run. Brad Jacobs and his Northern Ontario team squeaked into that playoff in Edmonton as the number 4 seed, and they promptly won 3 straight games to become the champions, the latter in the most lopsided Brier final in recent memory. And while the win meant they became Team Canada, it didn't give them a free pass directly here to Winnipeg. You see, such is the depth of Canadian men's curling. So 3 weeks ago in Kitchener at the Road to the Roar, there they were, the national champions, fighting for a chance to become Team Canada once again. And it was no walk in the park. Already with 2 losses on the week, it took a final game win over Brad Gushue to secure the very last spot here at the Roar of the Rings. Now in Winnipeg, they are officially seeded number 8. But good luck finding anyone who rates Team Jacobs at the bottom of this field. And if by next weekend they manage to sneak into these playoffs, look out. And Linda and Russ, you look back to what they did last year, how they had to fight their way from that Page playoff at the Brier, and from the Page playoff at the Worlds, and then just, falling that 1 game short of a gold medal, losing to Nicholas Edin in the gold medal final at the Worlds. Brad Jacobs, as he told Brian, feels after that win like he belongs. Kathy, let's update Martin McEwen, please.
Well, it was McEwen that was in great shape this end. They had one frozen, and on his final stone, or his first stone rather, Mike McEwen tried to play a guard. He came in deep, gave Kevin Martin a double, and this has led to a chance for 3.
There, and then they will put 3 on the board. Martin is up 4-1. That was so close through 6. It is the Tim Hortons Roar of the Rings, the Canadian Curling Trials, and by this time, well, maybe a little later than this time next week, we'll know who the 2 representatives will be for Canada at the Sochi Olympics.
Just fully amenable form.
So the decision, as Linda and Russ pointed out, the short center guard, Jacobs electing not to go behind. He played for the blank. He got it in 7, and now he has the last rock, playing the Redstones up 4-3 here in 8.
Whoa. It is Jeff Stouton having to take the chances, has the 2 center guards. The rocks in the house are pretty even, and a chance to freeze into the pocket for Jeff Stouton.
Really go for speed here.
Whoa. Yep. Gotta go now. Gotta go. Okay. Oh, man, I didn't think that was there. Sorry, guys.
21.
Oh.
Don't even need to, do we? Just peel the top one. True.
No. Clean.
Get it out of there, Pete.
E.J. Harnden.
Shot.
Reedy Crothers would love to have that a little deeper, freeze into that pocket, because now you can see it's a pretty simple yellow double for a team that hits as well as Jacobs.
The back of the 4-foot.
Back 4.
Back button, Reed. Tap back button.
What Jeff didn't really want to do too early is move rocks around, but he pretty well has to now. Those 2 Yellowstones are so close together, so tight. So trying to play a tap.
Hard, guys, gotta go. Come on, you guys.
Mark Nicholas.
Hard, guys, still got a chance. Come
John
on.
Meade now, these center guards, as this starts to swoop towards them. This is a huge scrub for them.
Yeah, I guess right beside it at least.
Okay. It's all right. Okay, Reed.
Okay. Nice sweep. Nice sweep.
Hope to make that double and stay for a corner.
Those are 2 pretty big misses for Reed this end. A little short, and then this one over curls.
Now, interestingly enough, Russ, after his first
like
one, he said,
pretty close to jamming to me.
I really didn't think it was there.
Even if I clip her
As
back,
if to
it's
say,
not bad.
Scoring is great.
boy, I got
that one.
Right?
There was more glide out of it, maybe more carry.
Well, I like that.
This one, though, he
You're playing this one?
gets the rub. I'm just wondering if
getting rid of this.
one affects the other. One shot affects the other.
Well, they're both precise shots. First one, he basically admitted he was light, and per Mark Nickel, he spent every shot with his head down, just brushing from one end to the other. The second one, I think, tight more than anything. They were trying to get so cute to get by that guard. And easy double here now.
EJ Harnden.
I know. What an intern.
They actually played the wrong turn.
Didn't tell me what turn. He said the same turn.
No, he said intern.
Oh, I thought he said same turn.
Well, that's the kind of thing you can't do here.
Oh, wow.
You have to be clearer than that.
Yeah.
In fairness, he throws it so hard it almost doesn't matter, but it's a half an
Can we
inch.
get inside on those reds?
That little extra curl caused it to not only miss that easy double, but jammed it.
Right on the
Now there's
nose,
a nice
little on this
pocket
side's
here for
better.
Stoughton.
Let's go take a look. I'm going to go take a quick look.
Yeah. You got lots.
I want to take a quick look, Jeff.
I'm trying to equate what that would be.
Well, we could do the same thing.
Like.
Tap the back button.
Maybe a catcher and a pitcher mixing up their signs, basically.
Yeah, throw the curve instead of the fastball. I don't know.
We don't really care about these two too much, do we? Like, if we tap this and roll here, I guess he noses, then it's hard to get in there.
Well, if you tap.
Well, he's not going to nose it because this can't go anywhere.
Well, you're going to be well below this. I think it would go pretty easy.
We roll here?
Yeah.
So what do you?
You can't freeze up. You'd have to freeze to here for it to jam on his next one. Your rock's never going to be up.
Yeah,
here.
well.
Do that or play the intern tap.
Then he runs it across the top.
Yeah.
Which.
Or do we want to get rid of one? Do we want to play bumper and just nose this? And sit here?
It wouldn't be awful.
Might
That's
not be
awful.
bad, eh?
Hey, if we hit it a hair high.
Yeah.
Okay.
On this one.
Try and play bumper and hit it close to nose.
Okay.
Well, we saw John Epping get
Bumper
a couple
right
to
in the
take
nose?
the lead, and
Bumper on
what
the
does
nose is
Kevin
pretty good.
Cooey have
Maybe
here,
across
Kathy?
it
Well, he's
here.
pretty much got a nose hit to get that deuce back and be tied, Vic. Made a really nice roll in his first one, but John Epping able
Doesn't
to
matter.
remove it, but rolled too far. So nose will do it.
Yeah.
Really got to go.
Gotta go,
Cooey
guys.
coming
Really
into
gotta
this
go.
event having won the last Grand Slam on the tour
Go, guys, go.
as he beat Brad Gushu out of the Glencoe. And there is the deuce to tie it at 6. The quiet man, Kevin Cooey.
Whoa, whoa. Yes. Hard.
Gonna have to go on something. Nice shot.
Good shot.
Real good shot. That worked out well.
Is it? Sorry, guys.
The
Oh, it was
reason
harder than that.
being
Well, he kept the 2 yellows in front. I'm retracting my statement here, though, because he kept the 2 yellows out in front where he wants them. They're usable, and he left the guard. When you're raising a guard, the last thing you want to do is hit half of it and
That's
open it
what
up.
you bump
Then you cannot steal. So all those things were achieved, but there is a double here.
Yeah, that's the problem. You have the wrong team that you're playing against to leave the rocks that close together and that angle.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Ryan Fry.
Hard.
1, 2, and there they go. And there goes Russ's career.
That's right.
Thank you for showing up.
Yeah.
I thought it was taped.
Hard to stand out.
Beautiful double, big weight.
Real grief. I figured the ice I gave you was a little tight, if anything. Yeah.
Well, we said earlier today when we were covering women's play, something that looks good. Oh shoot!
Well,
it's what I left.
That's exactly what happened there. Johnny really wanted to keep the guard. When you're playing a raise, a circle hitting a circle, it's hard to do that. So he did that. So he kept all 3 reds in play, yellows in play, sorry, and he kept them in front of the reds, which is what they really tried to do, but left a double for Ryan Fry.
It's got to be line first, guys.
Still a chance here, though. Unfortunately, it's against a pile.
The positive is that guard is still in position at center line.
Come on, guys. Hard. Go, 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 go. Keep going. Keep going.
Good.
Shot, John.
It is Jacob sitting the 1 and very close for 2.
Feel it.
Not real much chance at point of taking a chance at that.
Intern on this side.
Yeah. He's going to nose it.
The only thing is, if you could get it going off that.
Still going to have a wide up. Yeah, I know.
Double.
I like just the peel.
Just peel it.
Cross it. Just straight peel. Either that or
Can't get out the Yellowstone with the guard and the red ones in play, so they're just trying to take the guard away.
You like this turn?
Yeah.
See how tight ice these teams play now with the big weight. It almost has to run it perfectly straight. We'll see it come down the line. He's got about a third of the line right now. He's got less than a third of the line right now. Just chips it up clean.
Need a drink.
He knows that.
You double them? Yeah, but then he just does that.
I know. I was thinking if it's high enough, like if you could hit it a hair high so that it's really thin. If he ever misses it.
And then he just goes this way, though, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, but I'm just thinking force doesn't kill you. But if you like the tap's there too. You could do this. And he just runs that way. That's no. Yeah. It's not very good. You'd have to go all the way back, and then it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Like the tap. Well, it's not. It's, you can put it right to here.
Even if I'm on this side, it's not. I guess it's not that bad.
Yeah, you can tap it right in between them.
Yeah, it's a different line if we have to get it to there. If we can get it on half on that.
Yeah, just to cut them down by second. Yeah, okay.
I think so, eh?
Okay.
Not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Shot.
What's that?
You never get shot.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think you want to move that red one very far, though.
No.
Just want to bump this up a little wee bit, just into that area there, and try to keep an angle so that when Jacobs comes down, this rock redirects off the red onto this red. You cannot move it too far. If you bump this one in, red one back into that area, then there'll be the easiest yellow double Brad Jacobs ever had.
Tap, Jeff?
Yeah.
Just move it a little bit.
Just a foot.
Foot, okay.
Just freeze it.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Weight's good.
Jeff Stouton, his first. Skip Stones
Line's
here
good.
in 8. Jacobs leads at 4-3.
No, line's good. Line's 4. Whoa, back 4.
Little up.
Yep. Back 4.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yep.
Shot.
To grab the pinhole to sit 1 for the moment.
Yeah.
Too far, actually. I think that double's there.
Russ, we want to go to Kathy quickly. Howard Morris 4-4. Kathy.
Needs to get through the hole. Glenn Howard made a run back on his final stone, but it scooched across the house, and that allows the draw through the hole to the 8 foot for the single.
Line's perfect.
Jim Cotter throwing the 4th stones for the John Morris skip team out of Vernon and Kelowna. And there is the single to take the lead. Remember now that Morris did lead 3-0 after 3 stolen points before Howard got on track to come back and tie. And now Morris has the lead again.
Going to angle the first yellow onto the second and get rid of them.
Hard. Come on, guys. Gotta go.
Brad Jacobs.
Hard, guys. Go. Hard.
Huge scrub by the Harnden brothers. Oh, is he got it? It go in. Oh, moved it far enough to sit 4.
They were losing line on the shot before, but they kept brushing it, and we talked about it. You could not move it open, and they brushed it up to give the double and the bonus to hang around. Great shot.
I knew I could get away with tight all day, even if I went boink, boink.
I wanted to play it tight like that.
Yeah.
I was hoping we would touch this one.
This team is so impressive as far as their hitting game goes. Very precise.
Take a look at the numbers.
Well, it's not a surprise to see the number of hits these two skips play. They love to play that kind of game. And look at the percentages. And then you add on the 100% for Brad Jacobs on his draws. He's at 93%.
player numbers are brought to you by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Yeah, 100% on draws for someone who we make the assumption likes to hit. Brad Jacobs.
And it's hard to only play a few draws. You intersperse, sometimes you lose that feel, but he hasn't.
Line's pretty good.
Yep. Your line.
So this is a huge shot here for
Line's real good.
Stouton. It's his
Go,
last.
go.
And
Come on, go.
Martin and McEwen, 4-1. Martin will go there live, Kathy.
Well, he needs to make the double. Kevin Martin was able to move a McEwen Stone over, but it's third shot, so the double gives him 2.
Right in those.
Whoa!
Run it back. Needs to spill it a little more. A few more inches, and that's far enough. McEwen will get a couple.
What a great spot for Jeff Stouton, but it was made. It took 29 seconds for it to get there.
Mark Nichols dragged that.
Unbelievable.
2 brushers, but Mark's so impressive with his ability to stay with the stone. And as you're going, you are losing power because you are getting tired. It's an anaerobic activity. But they hung in with this one, and look at Mark right to the last stroke. Whoa.
Unbelievable.
If he hadn't, though, this would not be a draw for 2. This would be a hit for 4, something big anyways.
Where is it?
Yeah, that was game, but that was later. Yeah.
Final stone, Brad Jacobs.
Clean. Yep. Whoa.
It's bouncy.
Yep. Hard. Whoa. Yep.
Boy, Brad.
An inside roll to grab the button for 2. Brad Jacobs, the reigning Canadian champion, with a pair over a huffing and puffing Mark Nichols. It's a television event that takes you back to the mob wars of the 40s in Los Angeles, Mob City. It's a 3-part series from The Walking Dead's Frank Darabont. Starts Wednesday at 9 Eastern exclusively on Bravo. Love gangster shows from the earliest days of The Untouchables. I think they are the best. 6-3. Brad Jacobs leads. He got his deuce. And now Jeff Stouton will have the last draw, playing the Yellowstones in 9. And why are you looking at me like that?
I'm getting a little afraid.
No, I've always had yeah. I just love those movies. The shows. It sounds like it's going to be a terrific show, Mob City.
Wait. Just for weight. A little more line.
A couple real nice doubles in this game by Brad Jacobs. A beautiful deuce when Jeff threw his guard a little deep in the 5th end, and another great shot with his first one there. And followed it up with a soft tap. It's not like the Stoughton team's been bad.
Yep. Okay.
Well, we mentioned how that first deuce seemed to set the tone, and then we had an unfortunate pick for Jeff, for example, but just the beginning of this game really established the Jacobs team, seemed to get them on a good roll.
Yes. Felt good. Max probably.
I thought he added a bit, so it should be there.
Looks a little heavy, guys.
Yeah, you gotta sit. Sit.
Good job, Mark. Atta boy. Good job, Mark.
No, Brian. No, don't even think about it.
BJ Harnden, all on its own. Wow.
Well, that was certainly one that got away.
6-6. Cooey Epping. Kathy?
Well, there's an ooh that you may have just heard
Wait,
through
and
the
then
crowd.
go.
And on this sheet, Kevin Cooey's final stone was trying to pick out the Epping stone in the house, and he just grazed the guard. It's almost the draft pushed it by, but he missed the stone in the house, and so the wide open shot for 2.
Hard, guys, go!
That's a big deuce in 8.
Yeah, you know, and again, go back to what Cooey said. A big shot, a big miss at the wrong time could cost you, and it does here. 8-6 Epping.
All right. Did it leave a mark in the ice? Is there a ring? Yeah, pull it away.
Just a little kick on the way by,
see
moved
it.
that stationary stone, so they're trying to reposition it.
The fact that it leaves a ring, a stationary rock that's sitting for a while
Feel
leaves
that
a ring,
line?
means the ice is getting a little bit greasy,
Peel
a
it
little bit
off?
softer in spots. And again, I
Straight
think that's the
peel?
airflow.
What do you
I don't like soft.
3/4?
3/4?
One more time now for E.J. Harnden. Does it stand to reason that brushing is also harder when the ice gets this way?
For sure, yeah, absolutely, no question about it. A little bit harder to judge the draws because sometimes it gets warm enough to glide a little bit farther. The reason you brush is to warm the ice up. If there's spots that are warmer, it ends up being a little quicker spot, so you got to be really careful.
Maybe
a little more.
Line's a little tight. Yep.
Line only.
Yep.
Back 4.
Yep. Hard, guys. Really gotta go. Okay.
Yeah, go, 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 go.
Tried to wrap it around, instead rubs and rolls to catch the top of the 12.
You thinking that?
I was thinking that. Does that make any sense?
They got 4 left.
Or this?
You'd hit and sit 3 this late in the end. You can't remove all 3 yellows, which is the most dangerous. Do you leave the corner guard on the left-hand side, or do you hit the one that's in the ring?
Slow down and think about this. We got a ton of time.
Roll it to the center.
He's got to start making plays on it, but he's going to have tons of guards.
Yeah. Well, you have
if
2.
he makes some sort of triple.
I think probably that's the call.
Yeah. Can you come over the top? Like, I don't. You can push this. I think that's the call.
Quarter?
You guys like this call?
Not really.
What?
Trying to get the corner and the one in the ring.
Yeah, it's
You like
very
it?
thin, though. I
Yeah.
think this is making
Yeah.
the other players a bit nervous to
Not-
call it this thinly.
Not a natural angle.
Ryan Fry will give it a try. Got 1? Yes, got 2, and he'll slide underneath.
It's hard to do. Really thin.
Split's not bad.
Split.
Just an
towards
inch
it?
wide.
Yeah.
I like.
Split.
I think I gave you pretty aggressive ice to make the shot.
Yeah.
I just heard the comment. They called the ice to be a thin hit, and then you throw that weight, it's really
What if we hit that a
thinner.
little
It
bit
couldn't
high? Is
quite
that
come
bad?
up enough.
Tough to make the double here and roll buried. If you get the angle to hit the top one thin enough to roll your yellow over, you probably miss the shot rock.
Bumper up.
Okay, John.
Bumper.
Okay. Bump.
Easy, easy, easy.
Bump.
Just cleaning.
John Meade.
Yep.
Close.
Whoa, whoa,
Now
whoa,
it
whoa,
is
whoa.
Jeff Stouton. Does have
Yep.
the last rock here in the 9th.
Yep. Hard.
Shot, John.
Smart call. You know, for a team, a young skip that's trying to learn the sport, it's so tempting to try to roll that yellow one underneath cover, but it sets up a double, and you were never going to make the red double, so he just stayed on top. Now the double is possible, but highly dangerous. I don't think you're going to see Jacob take it on.
Hit and roll.
Have to hit and stay, and what Stoughton's banking on is he'll have a double at some point to score his 2 points.
Clean, yep. Whoa, yep, whoa, 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 whoa.
Curl hard.
Curl hard.
Curl, curl, curl. Deadly straight, man. Deadly straight.
Oh, those center lines are tough.
Didn't curl up enough.
Yeah.
Can't hold the shooter.
Most of the errors are wide.
What? Those center lines are tough.
Real tough.
Hey, John.
The corner guard's in position. I'll try and use it here with a come around.
Sean Mead.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Gotta go, Jeff.
Top 4. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Mark.
Getting good.
Come on. Come on, guys. Go, go, go. Let's get some separation.
Finish it.
Go, 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 go.
And they'll
Good scrub, guys.
drag it around the
Still about
corner.
6 feet, eh?
Yeah.
One yellow, 2 yellow. They belong to Morris. Howard's last coming up. Kathy.
Well, on Glenn's first one, he tried to play a soft weight to roll underneath the guard, but he rolled too far, and that allowed Jim Cotter to hit to lie 2. So this is a draw. Needs almost a bite of the forefoot for the single.
Line's good.
To tie it. Digs in, back 4, single point for Howard to tie it.
They haven't curled at all coming in. You're thinking, okay.
So you just heard Glenn saying there's some tricky spots on that sheet too.
Yeah, again, they expect a little more curl, so when they see it running that a little bit straighter than they're used to, they think they're heavy, and it just scares them. They're going to take on this double dangerous shot. It's very, very makeable, especially with Brad Jacobs sitting in the hack. But if you ever miss it, Stoughton can loop another one in behind that corner guard. Had the 3-ender on.
The first for the skip from Sault Ste. Marie.
Push harder.
Got it. 1, 2.
Great throw, Cups.
He doesn't want to crack a smile, but he was close to it.
Jeff Stoughton saw this movie in the Canadian final last year.
I think that's the 3rd double for Brad, if my count is correct, and all big ones. Great, put him in a great spot.
It's funny how it can switch. If that's missed, Jeff buries another one. If Brad doesn't make a good one with his last shot, he could potentially give up a 3 and they're tied coming home.
In a game where Brad really has controlled, so that was a huge shot. Putting Jeff in a position where he has to make this come around.
Trying to bury a stone that's covering the
T-line.
just outside the edge of the 8-foot.
Back 4. Back 8. Still got to curl.
It's going to have to curl a bit.
Can't go for weight.
Yeah, right to the back, Mark.
Even if it's right back,
wide
that's open.
Okay.
Okay, Jeff, that's good.
And to the back they go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Center line.
Even here.
Problem going that deep is now Brad Jacobs doesn't have to remove it. He got the luxury of being shot rock, so just anywhere closer than that one.
Not much curl to the corner, right? It's all late.
Yeah, it's real late.
Ready to it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brad Jacobs and his final stone.
Definitely to it.
Back 8. Back 4.
Long room.
Lots of line, lots of line.
Back 4.
I think that's there.
Line's good. If the weight's good.
Back 8.
Looks
Whoa,
like,
whoa, whoa,
looks like
line.
back 12.
No.
Weight's really good.
No.
Great shot.
And down on the corner. Again, that you just have to believe it's going to be there.
Yes.
It may not look like it, but it's going to finally get there. Isn't this interesting? He never won the opening draw in his previous times, and of course at the trials in 97, 01, 05.
Okay.
And 05, of course, was the loss to you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a. You know, it was funny. I was talking to John about it last night, actually. He said, you know, after the elation of winning and knowing you're going to the Olympics, I felt so bad for those guys because they're just great guys. And they, you know, don't let this out, but I thought they were the better team.
And John Meade quit the game.
That's right. That's right.
Right. I mean, he left the game. He was so disappointed. He thought that one of his calls led to the defeat.
Yes.
And now here they are, 6-3. Draw 1. Jacobs leads. We'll wrap this up and this opening men's draw 1 week coming.
It's now time for today's secret word. The secret word is peel. Go to finaln.ca and enter this word for your chance to win.
Rachel Holman has a ton of skills. She's fearless out there, she has the big weight, she can make the touch shots, and she's got a great supporting cast. Having watched her win the Scotties last year, it was a dominating performance.
It's an unbelievable feeling representing your country, and something that I aspire to do this year. It's something that I want to go back and get that gold medal this time and make Canada proud.
The favorites tend to get a lot more attention, and so by being a little bit under the radar, we hope that we'll have a little bit more time to ourselves and a little bit more time to be focused.
And Rachel Holman, Renee Sonnenberg, that will be the feature when Brian and Kathy are with you Monday morning, 9:30 Eastern Time, as we begin our 3 draws a day coverage. And Rachel is here this evening trying to bounce back after a disappointing opening game. Nothing went right for her in a loss to Val Sweeting. And Sonnenberg coming off a very impressive win, by contrast, over Heather Nedewin. So that's when we begin again, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, Monday morning.
Yeah.
Brad Jacobs
You want to go talk to him?
leads 6-4.
Sorry. I don't think.
Just saying, you want to try a tick here? Just, I'm not sure if we need it anywhere else in here, do we? Another one? You don't mind it.
This wasn't really our plan.
No, I know, but this rock's...
It's not
I don't want to be
dyno.
Do you like tapping or just straight here?
I don't mind. You're kind of right. Yeah, okay.
Back 12. Just not sure what another one in there is going to do. I agree. Except for make it easier on him.
Brad Jacobs with the last rock. Coming home
Not
and
a
up
chance.
Real
by a
quiet.
couple.
Back one.
Yep. Hard.
Shot right. That works.
It worked out fine.
Yeah, because of course you can't remove the stone, so he bumps it into the rings and bumps it open.
Went out.
Yeah.
Well, the call was to tick the top one, but actually the closer one was dangerous, so nice to get rid of it. Interesting conversation about what their plan might be and the fact they weren't going to play it and changed their minds.
We were really happy where that first one ended up.
Back 12.
Whoa.
Whoa, then. Whoa.
I think the thinking with that split was that, and which was a great shot, but that long guard of Stouton is so long.
No.
Whoa.
Trying to stop.
Yep, good shot. Great shot. Didn't do that hard. I got an 85. Huh? I got an 85.
385. They're calling split time from backline to hog line, so they're saying it's slowing down a little bit.
There's a little bounce back though for Reed Carruthers, who we saw struggle a little bit earlier. And now the fielding begins for Jacobs. 6-4, Jacobs leads as we check the game score.
We really thought this would be a story about great takeouts, and it's been just that. In the second in, Ryan Fry, the third for Brad Jacobs, got a great hit and roll. That set up the deuce, and then in 5, it was the double by Brad himself that got the deuce. And those have been 2 big ends and big numbers for Brad Jacobs at 94%.
The game story brought to you by M&M Meat Shops, frozen food at its best. In this rematch of the Brier final a year ago.
Line's good. Just halfway, guys. Line's really good. Okay. Good. Shot, Reed.
Good shot, Reed.
Good boy. Nice weight, Reed.
Okay, thanks.
High. Good.
Play the Peel, played on the out-turn side, which is their favorite turn to begin with, but try to get that corner one off at the 3 o'clock position.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Real good, man.
Little mistake on the brushing.
Good, John. Speed's still the same out there, Reed?
Yeah.
Halfway.
Okay.
John Meade.
Should get there.
Just half. Okay.
Mark, you might have to go a bit.
Ooh, if you can. A little higher.
You know, we talked earlier about
good.
John and
A little bit,
that
Mark.
game in
Mark, a little bit.
05
Yeah.
against you, and
Yeah.
what he thought
Good.
about the game and his missed line call. Jeff said it wasn't anything to do with the loss, but that's how much effort they put into it, and he did. He left the game and then hooked up with Wayne Madoff for a season or two, just bond spieling, and then when Jeff called him and said, "Are you ready to go again?" He said, "Okay, one more kick at it."
Yeah, that's great, and they've had a wonderful run winning the Worlds a couple years ago. They're a spectacular team. That line call you're talking about too, Vic, I was right there obviously, and he had to roll 3 feet into the frost, and he rolled 3 feet 1/2 an inch. And most teams will miss it the wrong way and miss it too thick, and he had the guts really under pressure to be aggressive on the call. And I think Jeff's rock was coming a little heavier than he thought, so it hit exactly where he wanted to, and then it just kept rolling. And give or take 1/4 of an inch, that could have been a different result.
How much? Back 8.
Okay.
This situation is complicated by the fact
Back
that this
four.
isn't just a steal. Stoughton is down 2 without
Back 4.
last rock.
No line yet.
If that.
Needs to curl quite a bit.
If that,
T-line.
Jeff, it's like T.
Back 4. It's not a lot of weight.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, this has been an interesting game, hasn't it,
Make
Kathy?
that
Back
double,
and
aren't
forth they go, Epping up by 2, and Cooey has a chance to get those back.
Well, he sure does, and it looks like it's been a wide open end from that look at the house, but there have been lots of rocks in play and some really great shots. John Epping trying a cross-house double on his final one, just missing, and that's why this is the draw for 2, a chance to tie this game yet again.
Just a light dust by Nolan Thiessen, Carter Rycroft, Pat Simmons managing the house. There's the 2. They are tied, and that all-important last rock will belong to John Epping coming home.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Ryan Fry.
Whoa.
Go.
We just seen Just a number of those shots tonight for Jacobs. The doubles.
And we get a bit ho-hum about them, but you have to remember, it's the throw is a part of it, and then it's the ice call and the line call after it, because you're actually a steep angle in some of these cases, having to get a precise piece of the second stone. Everything's so well done by this team tonight. They must feel very good about the position, not just of the game, but the way they've played it.
And thrown at such a high speed, too, right, to be that accurate.
Let's go quickly in a 5-5 tie. Howard Morris and the final stone belonging to John Morris. Jim Cotter throwing, Kathy.
Well, he's got a big chance here for 3. Just trying to pick this stone out.
Clean,
Glenn's final stone just didn't curl enough. Just make it go away.
Boy, we've heard that, haven't we? And there they are around the edge. 3 for Morris.
Close, yep. Wide only.
Okay, good try. Saj? You don't like this?
No. Take it off. What? Spin it off. I know.
A little nonchalant here. They were talking about the double, and they want to make this one go away. But if they peel it clean, Jeff will freeze, and it'll make that shot harder. Again, I'd be tempted to hit this dead on, Linda. Keep it in front of the tee line.
Wait. Yep. Yep.
Brad Jacobs. Let's talk a little bit about what we opened our program with. It's just 8 teams. It's 7 games round robin play. We talked about, you know, your record. If things hold true here, we're going to have Stouton with a loss, Howard with a loss. There's a potential last rock over there with Epping having it, that Cooey could have a loss. Those teams suddenly, you don't even want to say it on this opening day, it's a key loss. It's a big loss.
Is it ever? Because those teams have to play each other, obviously. So one of those or 2 of those have a couple of losses mathematically already. We've only played 1 game. So we talked about it before. 4 and 3 is scary. So you really want to be 5 and 2. A loss early like this, you need to go 5 and 1, like we said in the opening. And 5 and 1 is not simple in this field.
Clean.
Too bad that wasn't a hit for the win.
Well, again, the luxury of being up 2. Just had to get 2 in there, and these rocks are wide open.
Wait.
Brad Jacobs,
Wait.
the Canadian champion. He won over Stoughton in the Brier, and he will win again tonight. Draw 1, the Roar of the Rings. Make the final 7-4, a Jacobs win. We'll take a break, come back, and wrap up the other games. Opening draw here in Winnipeg.
The 2013 Tim Hortons Roar of the Rings is brought to you by Tim Hortons. Always fresh, always great tasting coffee. The 2013 Tim Hortons Roar of the Rings is brought to you by Ford, proud partner of the Canadian Curling Association for 20 years. By Scotty's Facial Tissue, Scotty's, the perfect touch. And by World Financial Group, creating a better tomorrow for families today. WFG.
We want to go right across the MTS Center to Sheet A and check in on Kevin Martin against Mike McEwen. Martin, of course, gold medal winner, Vancouver, against McEwen from the Fort Rouge here in Winnipeg. Martin leads 4-3. He also has the last rock. And as you look at it now, McEwen is sitting the shot stone, almost corner frozen. Question is, where do you go with your last one for McEwen?
I think so.
Hole 4.
Yeah, I think so.
They're trying to decide what they want to leave Kevin Martin. Do you want to leave him a chance to draw to that back one? But by one, maybe top 4, top 8, or do you want him to try and throw at something with Martin having the 1-point lead?
Good.
Kevin wants to draw. Not that he can't hit, he just threw a bullet. He's made some beautiful hits, actually a great double a little while ago, but with that red one in a vulnerable position, if you run this rock back and it hits too much of the yellow, taking out his own red, he could give up a steal of 2. Think a top 4, Linda?
That's what I'm saying. That's probably not enough.
There you see David Nedowin.
Looks better.
Now playing third for Martin and his team from the Saville Sports Centre in Edmonton. The 4-time Canadian, 3-time world champion with Randy Ferbey, and taking that familiar spot that we saw John Morris play for all those years.
Okay, let's make it, guys.
Morris deciding to leave the team after the last season. Moving on now to skip what looks like will be an opening draw win here with Jim Cotter. Final stone on the way. Mike McEwen.
Nice. Line's good. Line's really good. Go if you have to. Line's good. Top 4. Over curling. I feel like you got to go. Come on. Really hard, guys. Go. Really got to go. Go.
We've got
hard. Go, 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 go. Hard.
Denny
You gotta go. You
Neufeld,
gotta go. You gotta
Pat
go.
Wozniak on the brush.
Yep. Second. Good.
And BJ Neufeld managing the house. Oh boy, it doesn't look like he's there though.
Well, right?
Looks like he came up a little light. He's not second shot.
That was,
that should be good.
Over curled, a little light.
Just what Kevin wants, because he's got a little bit of backing, not that he needs it, and he's only throwing. He's not throwing against the loss here. If he misses this completely, it's a tie game. He's going to hammer. So he gives it to 2 of the best brushers in the world, and there's a good chance he'll make it.
Nice and fast out here.
Here, Kev.
We noticed on sheet D, they're talking about it slowing down a little bit. We haven't seen enough of this. But Kevin's saying it's still the same speed.
Now it's been a wide open game. Martin McEwen, and this now just his 4th draw. He's 100% though on his draws on his first 3.
All yours.
And we'll see Hebert Kennedy doing what they do so well.
Line's good.
Benny Hebert
Line's good.
closest to the stone. Mark Kennedy, David Nedowin.
Come on.
Calling line.
Hard.
This is a drag though for them.
Hard.
This is a drag for them. They got to get it to the button. This is a drag for them, and they'll get it there. Those 2, Hebert, Kennedy, have saved so many for him. Martin will win his opener. 5-3 the final.
Hi. Oh, hey, Gary. Hey, good to see you.
When you talk about power, that is power. Look at Hebert. Look how low they are. Body position, all the body weight over the brush head.
Keep her going. Keep her going. Good. Whoa.
Good job.
They waited a long time to brush that, and it's almost like it's a plan. Like, let's wait till it's light, and then we can make it for Kevin almost. They're so powerful. It was a great game out of the McEwen team. They're not going to be happy that they lost, but they showed that they're right here with the big guys.
So it's a disappointing night for the fans here in Winnipeg as both their local teams come up short.
Back 8.
Mike McEwen, Jeff Stouton. Over to sheet B, Kevin Cooey.
Back 8, back 12.
And John Epping in an 8-8 tie. And it is Epping that has the last rock playing Yellowstones. This is his first as he comes through the hole. Will it curl up enough?
Yep.
And it will push it back, but he'll sit out there in the open.
That's a lot of rocks in play for a last stand situation in those 2 yellow guards. That's offering Kevin Cooey a chance to at least make it tough on John Epping.
Nice shot by Epping there. He slivered by both guards and still didn't come up to the nose. It's pretty straight here right now, late in the game.
So it is heavier over there?
No, it's okay.
Timeout has been called by
Well, I'm going to be watching everybody. It still thinks good? I'm just it's not.
Kevin Cooey out of the Glencoe in Calgary.
Well, yeah, he can't.
Even if you roll it here, guys.
That's real good. He's going to have to out-turn draw. He's going to have to out-turn draw, which... Yes.
Yeah, he's playing the out-turn draw all day now, I think.
So we might as well... Yep, exactly. Split center.
Hey, he's never playing a slash. He might play the same shot, I guess. I don't know. He made it pretty easy. I mean, if I knows it, he probably has the same shot, but...
Jamie King is the
he's never playing that.
fifth player for this.
I think we try and roll her
team. He was their alternate at the Brier in 2010 in the Worlds. He's an 8-time winner.
Well, he's going to have the same shot. I mean, we were.
He's saying exactly the right things.
That's why I think I don't
Nothing.
want to roll
Nothing.
fully. Like, I think
just listening at the moment.
We got to put it where the jam is most natural, right?
Right on the center line. I think is a perfect roll.
What are you thinking there, Pat?
No.
There with.
Looks to me like we can hold that.
What they're thinking here is if they can just roll it partially undercover, and then when Epping comes back down here, this rock could go over here and actually jam and be a little closer to the button. They don't necessarily want to totally bury it.
Over on sheet C, John Morris has run Glenn Howard out of stones in what some will say is an upset. John Morris picks up the win, 8-6.
I don't think it's 5 feet.
We thought John set it a hair. His line is probably perfect. Yeah, maybe even a hair more than him. Yeah.
This is one of those situations where you're almost trying to get a rock in a position where you make the opponent think, do I want to try the tap or do I just straight draw? So trying to make it so it's not perfect, as in not fully buried, and trying to tempt maybe John into a different shot.
Whoa! No!
So we've got to come through the hole, waiting for it to come off the stone, just covering the edge of the floor, waiting for it. Thiessen on the left, Rycroft waiting, through the hole they go. Now looking for that little flip. Oh, what's a beauty.
Wow.
That got a lot of movement at the end.
Did it ever? Did it look like a nose all the way down? John Eppings didn't curl that much, and I thought that was arguably heavier. He talked to that one. Bang, right where he wanted. He couldn't do it any better than that.
Timeout has been called now by John Epping.
Yeah. Let's go, Johnny.
Think that's enough?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So a draw to catch a piece of the button. A bite of the white.
Boy, there's not a lot of room there. That's not a very fun-looking shot for John Epping.
All you can do is
From
put
the
on the
hack,
tee
it
line.
looks very ugly. You have to really put everything out of your mind and know you just have to throw the weight and let the brushers take it.
I heard John immediately after his first one stop going back to Bailey and asking him what the speed was over here. It should be close.
Final stone in an 8-8 tie.
Should be okay.
Right now, it's a stolen win for
Line's good.
Kevin Cooey.
Line's good. What do you got? Line's good. Line's great, guys.
Colin
Line's great.
Mitchell,
Whoa!
silver medal
Right
winner.
the tee,
Mike
right
Harris,
the tee.
98 on
Right
the
the tee.
left.
Whoa.
David Mathers.
Right in the tee. Got a curl. Line's
on
great.
the
Line's
right.
great. Put it on the tee
Catch
line.
that button. Catch
on the tee
that
line.
white.
Johnny.
Bite that white. Oh, goodness. Goodness, what a shot. John Epping draws the lid. And that's just the start of it this week here in Winnipeg. So your winners on this opening night men's play: Jacobs, Martin, Morris, and Epping. And as Russ has pointed out, with just a 7-game round robin, how many losses can you afford? Some favorites: Stouton, Howard, Cooey have already dropped one. Reminder: Brian Cath with you when we start our 3-draw day Monday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Rachel Holman, reigning Canadian Women's Champion, had a difficult first day against Renee Sonnenberg, who comes off an impressive win out of Grande Prairie, Alberta. Great opening day. Thank you for being with us. Special thanks to our crew on this day, a long day. Guest appearance by Mr. Burgundy. We thank him again. We thank you for joining us. It's going to be a wonderful week. This is the Tim Hortons Roar of the Rings on Canada's sports leader, TSN.